every measure a test. We put in all we had, heart before the rest. Whispers urged us to quit, said the heat was too high, yet hope flickered, burning bright in our eye. And oh, the ticking timer, feel it in the air. Hope is rising, shaking off despair. The scent of change, sweetness breaking through. We are in this moment, me and you. We fought through fire, survived the bitter taste, turned pressure into power, not a drop to waste. Rose above the ashes, a promise we'd keep. Tonight we claim victory from secrets we reap. The struggle is a story, the end has begun. It's time to cupcake. Our moment has come. Remember flavors that never seem to blend, the cracked roads with no end. Each failure a lesson, every crumb on the floor taught us to stand stronger, wanted even more. Trust the process, trust the soul to take broken pieces, make them whole. And know the sound is building, feel it in the room. Faith is blooming, chasing out the gloom. The masterpiece is ready, sweetness bold and new. We built this moment, me and you. We fought through fire, survived the bitter taste, turned pressure into power, not a drop to waste. Rose above the ashes, a promise we'd keep. Tonight we claim victory from secrets we reap. The struggle is a story, the end has begun. It's time to cupcake, let them see the glow lake. Our moment has come, for they're the lines that led us here. Beneath these stars, this isn't just an end, it's a testament to might. Raise your head, step into the We fought through fire, survived the bitter taste, turned pressure into power, not a drop to waste. Rose above the ashes, a promise we'd keep. Tonight we claim victory from secrets we reap. The struggle is a story, the end has begun. It's time to cupcake. Our moment has
What's going on, brother man?
What's up, man? It's a little bit laggy for me. Is it just me, or is it you too?
Nah, I'm good. I'm here.
Well, what's up, man? So we have some things going on tonight. Obviously, we have a bit of a coward fest over in just the whole land, right? The whole internet realm in this space, to where these people. I've said a lot of things many times, so they think he'll tire himself out. He'll just get over it, and we'll all move on. But this has been a great sort of evidence for me as to why these people loop, right? It's because I know you've done it probably a lot as well, but I've done it a little bit myself. However, the difference is that in this position that I'm in now, I'm seeing that there is no value, if we're men, to continue to exist in this way, right? What have you learned in your time as far as the way that they are handling the situation right now? It's clear to me what they're doing. They are kind of all just leaning on each other harder and harder and harder to where whatever problems they had before don't matter because they've identified the common enemy, Blandry. So everything else that they've had all these years long, right? Year-long beefs, they're now in the rear view mirror. Everything that Snafu's doing currently doesn't matter because this Landry guy, he's big, bad, and scary. What is it? And I mean, be sincere here and tell me if I'm out of line. What is it about me that makes these people so fucking skittish?
Your face isn't in the camera.
That's okay. It doesn't have to be.
Well, that was an answer to your question. That's what it is. It's you don't put the money shot out there for them so they can get a good picture of you.
Well, they don't put their face out there half the time either. You know, they just like to be little circles and hang out and circle jerk on the panel. And not only do they just hang out there, do they just watch videos? Is that changing the world?
Landry, let's be honest, okay? These guys have been doing the same bullshit for like the past 5 years. They've been grifting off the same like 100 people, and like that's why I have been so adamant about like working together to try to like get out of that little like bucket that we were all in and to try to like get out into the big sea, because I know that like there's tons of people here online who make thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars doing the same thing that we're doing right now. And the only difference between us and them is they have a team of people that are behind them and working together for a common goal, and they all work together to get paid. But these guys, I just don't think they're very trustworthy.
What's up, Peace Dynamo? What's up, Shadowban? Shadowban sees a lot of it. Shadowban's over there a lot of the time just hanging out, which is no problem here. We don't do that sort of game, right? We don't make you choose a side or do this and that. But for me, it seems very clear, right? When you're winning, they can't stand it. They want to push you down. They want to bring you down. They want to just tear you down to pieces, right? So, and then they sit there and they watch, they stare. I guess you can call it pocket watching. I just learned what that was yesterday, to where they're watching your numbers just so they can criticize it, you know, every chance they get. And then we have Jeeps over there yesterday. Jeeps is throwing a fucking fit. And she's, this person has 200,000 subscribers and she's in the chat. Well, let me go look at her numbers. Oh, they're paranoid about the numbers. You know why they're paranoid about the numbers? I'll tell you fucking why they're paranoid about the numbers. Because Paul is obsessed with the numbers. It's the only oxygen that he has to breathe. It's the only way that he fuels himself is with these numbers. It's with this sort of, that's it. That's all he has, right? So did you see it today whenever I asked him something? God, I can't remember what it was that I asked him, but his response was, I had a really good show yesterday. 17,000 people came and showed up. It's like, what the fuck is this dude's deal? Like, what a big-ass wiener. Why do you need to tell me?
Question. It was a total deflection. He wasn't even listening to you. He just started talking over you. It was kind of telling. And it's funny, we got Mitch out there saying you guys aren't trustworthy.
No, Mitch is just going to invert everything, right? He's going to test us to make it see if we respond to it. But everything that he says is going to be the same exact thing. It's going to be Mitch is presenting the that's you situation for him in this case, because we can do the that's you game if you want to do that, but we can also have the conversation, right? We can open the door here. You can drop the link, man. I mean, the door is open for these losers who how long did he go? One day. He went one day without talking about me, and he could not help himself today. He's already just getting into it because this guy can't live with me, can't live without me, right? Mr. Patrick, Mr. OTW, he can't handle the songs. He can't handle how we can just, not only just the song, we destroy this guy in AI. We destroy them all in AI, but they can't compete there, right? So what do? They band together to keep doing the same old shit they've been doing for however long, because that's just what they know. It's how they operate. So they'll bring along Jack. What's up, Jack? You want to come hang out with us now? When I showed up, they were like, dude, this Jack guy, he's a fucking total joke. Everything that, you know, that they believe in and stand for, guy represents the opposite of.
Oh, yeah. But, and every single time, it's like, oh, why are you over at Jack's? Why are you over there? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? And it's like, you're not allowed to go hang out with Jack and have fun with them or whatever. But no, everybody else is. You know, now they're all hanging out, and that's the funniest thing is earlier I saw that you went over to Jack's and he kicked you out so that way he could appease Paul, and it's just one of the things that like that's one of the big red flags I saw when I worked with Jack like 2 or 3 years ago, was that he would throw you out just to appease Paul. Because
it's an easy thing to figure out though, right? Because what's happening here, right? So there's some serious, like, I believe we had Social Blade, right? We pulled up Social Blade, or Rude Mud Crab did earlier. So I'm going to do this again, right? Let's do some Social Blade statistics here. YouTube, and let's make sure that we get this all figured out, right? Because my guess here, because I saw him doing this on Telegram, right, where he's like, guys, can you please go like my videos and please show me extra love? So if, all he needs is 5 mooses, you know what I mean? 5 producer people to go and just inflate his shit, and then he gets to his level, but I'm not going to accuse him of that, right? Because I've been in a situation to where recently I got up to 10,000 subscribers, or sorry, not subscribers, 10,000 live viewers downtown Dallas. It could have been drive-bys, it could have been Cage. Who knows, right? Cage is on their side, so I believe they do use him for, their purposes. Sometimes I can't prove it, but what can I prove here? Well, we can do some. I already showed today whenever I pulled up my back room, but we can do the same thing for Mr. Proper Instruction Motivates People. We can take a gander here, right? He did not pop up. Instruction. There he is. All right, so let's grab him out. But here's the thing, right? If people think I'm obsessed with numbers, then why do I keep pulling them up and saying when I win, I win, when I lose, right? I've made it very clear that it's more important for me to be honest than it is to be winning the view count, right? So it doesn't matter to the point where these people, they'll sit there for 12 fucking hours and they'll just get that number pumped up a little bit longer. Everybody knows it's the same dirty people, maybe 100, maybe 200 people running right back and forth here to there, and it's not really any new people under the sun. We see some new people in my chat yesterday, and what did that have Jeeps doing? Oh my God, she was so scared. What did that have Snafu doing? You saw Snafu, right? He was freaking the fuck out. Why do you think they want to see people fail so badly?
I don't know, man. It's kind of weird. It's odd, but I find that most people like to see each other fail nowadays.
I don't.
Whereas, like, I like grew up really poor, and like we all banded together to get out of our situation. Like we all worked together to have a better life, and that was like my upbringing. Where I see like a lot of other people, they just didn't have that. It was like all by themselves, solo dolo. Their parents were off doing whatever the fuck, or their friends like raised them or something. I don't know. It's different. It's different. People they're not into working together anymore.
No, and they lie nonstop, The people who are the most concerned about liars, right? Like the guy in the chat who just wants some attention. He needs some love. I feel like he's still just aligned with Paul. He just pretends not to be sometimes. Because they do the same thing, right? They do the exact same thing to where he's making claims that aren't true. He'll just say it 1,000 times, and then, he'll say, oh, prove it. Oh, I don't work for free. Yeah, you do. You're working all the time. You go to these places, you try to trigger people, and you're a coward, you're a loser, you're a liar. You know what? Some people, they want to make others show up so that because they want to challenge them to a fight or a duel. I don't even want to do that. What I want to do is let's challenge each other to show up and have a fucking conversation, because it would not be like this. We could find some common ground, because you know what I'm going to do? I'm still going to hold people to the fire in real life. I'm going to be like, hey, what's up with this? Why do you do this, this, and that? And they're probably going to be able to actually respond to it because there's nowhere to hide. There's nowhere to lie. When you have to be real, you'll be real. So let's not threaten each other and try to, that's where I see it always goes. Is when people get triggered, they want to bring it to the real world and make it a fight. It doesn't need to be a fight. What it needs to be is, and I'm not actually saying that, I want to see Mitch. If he wants to, I'm more than happy. I'm more than happy to see any of y'all, talk to any of y'all. You guys shout and yell and scream. I come in cordial. I come in clean. I call you all bitches because you all act like bitches. And then you summon me with the bitch title in your stream. And then I get there just so you can get what you wanted. Is the power, right? It's the power. It's what makes them so afraid to come here, I believe. Even though I would go to the area, I would go talk to them. I would take a 9v1. I would still demolish them very, very easily. But they're too afraid because they know that if they came here, they think that the way they operate is whatever they would do, they think it's what I would do. So when they want to, or they don't want to come here, it's because they're afraid of the the optics of me kicking them. But you know what? I can still kick ass without the ability to kick somebody, like we saw yesterday on Orthodox Guy's show. Did you catch that, my friend?
I didn't. I was sleeping, remember? So I'm gonna make this part clear. So since Mitchell did come up out of good faith, I'm going to be the moderator here because I feel I'm the most like impartial because I really have no beef with him. And I told him that last time we spoke.
Yeah, he's just bitchy. I mean, we can both agree on that, but I also don't have beef with him.
So
He's
am I
just
at times. Like I am too. You know, like I and I think that's something we all see in each other, and I think we can all improve on it because it's a
sure,
waste of time.
it can be. But I believe that it's important to hash it out whenever there's a genuine issue, especially when we allow people like Snafu and whoever else to just do a bunch of nonsense lying and bullshitting. So I can't see the screen. If he's here, I'm more than willing to
Yeah,
engage.
he's here.
Is he like he's up on the panel? He can talk.
He's up. Everybody's up.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I'm listening.
Well, I would just kind of refer you back to the, conversation that you took down. I think that was.
It's not down. It's
maybe
still up.
not a real. Go ahead.
It's unlisted.
I'm sorry.
You're talking about the one that's unlisted.
Yeah, the one you, took down from public view.
I said that during the conversation. Exactly why I did that. I said that's because it was garbage content. I said I'll leave the link up for anyone who wants to share it. Share it with your friends. I can make it public again. I'm not hiding from that conversation. It's the same reason why I left that other conversation.
Will you make it public, like at least for 30 days or something?
Sure.
I mean, I think that would be good faith if you're,
Of course, dude.
Yeah, I mean that's cool. That's a fair compromise. I mean, I don't care what you do with it after that. I think it's fair. People have the right to know. Even if it makes me look bad or whatever.
All right, there it is. It's public. I'll drop a link too.
All right. So there we go.
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely an effort for me to try to work things out. I know it didn't go well, but I'm here again to, I'm the same person. I haven't changed. I'm pretty much unwavering. I have no loyalty to anybody. So I'll address the thing you keep speculating about with my alignment with Paul. When Paul lies, I call him out for being a liar. When he's aligned with truth, I am aligned with him. It's pretty much that simple. I mean, I've been unwavering with Paul too for several years now, and I've been following Paul from the very beginning. The people that I've explained this to the people that tried to take me down and silence me are the people that promoted him. So I was interested in him. I approached him with good faith. I tried to, just address the facts, just like I'm doing with you today several years ago,
Well, no, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't have a problem trying to work anything. I don't really have any bad blood, but, when you sit around and spend hours and hours slandering my name and, taking, manipulating my ability to respond cordially, I'm going to keep coming around until you offer this again.
Well, okay. So what did I guess it was just that one day where I didn't let you up. But other than that, I don't believe I've been avoiding you.
Yeah, well, this is just easier to do. I mean, this is the same thing I was trying to do before. So, I mean, I'm just.
Well, that's the thing, though. I don't gray rock people. I don't try to play that game. I get frustrated because a lot of these times these conversations do need a little bit of moderation in some sense, even though I know people don't like that. But for me, with these characters, Paul's an example to where he can lie about me 5, 6, 7 times, and then he just moves on so quickly and effectively that it's just nobody will. Maybe they do notice, but they just, it just flies by. So that's where it gets frustrating for me. And then I don't know. I mean, it's just a lot of this it's petty bullshit. But I've been spending enough time in productive ways that I believe that when I do dabble in this, it's meaningful because these people don't want to resolve it like this, which is an important thing for me, and I believe it is for you too. Especially if we run around playing these games.
I just don't really, if I have a reason to change my mind, I will. But you know, I stand up for what I believe in, no matter if you got a gun to my face or if you're on the internet just talking shit, you know, trying to make a few bucks, be entertaining, whatever. It doesn't really matter to me, you know. I just stand up for what I believe in, and you know, if you're talking about me or subjects that I'm, you know, either familiar with or interested in, you know, I might be critical, but it's, you know, just like I think what started this whole beef was some honest criticism, and you didn't take it very well, and maybe I didn't present it very well. Regardless, it was honest criticism. Um,
I have a question for you, Mitch.
yeah,
Do you honestly believe that I take money from people to pay for a vacation and to
yeah.
donate
That's
to
a
others?
side note. I think most charities are, um, you know, I think it's not as direct as I put it, but yeah, I think that indirectly, you sort of use
Okay.
this idea of charity to help pay for, you know, what could be considered a vacation, you know, but it's, you know, supposedly
Okay, so I just want to be
community service.
100% like 100% authentic and clear with you. I think I've maybe gotten like $50 out of like anybody for anything going towards that. Um, but I actually work like 6 to 7 days a week with my wife for like 9 months. So that way we can like leave during like the winter season because it shuts down over here. Like business shuts down. So like we're busting our ass for like 9 months and then like we'll leave for a little bit. Um, and then when it comes to like donating, like I'm part of an organization. I'm not the organization and I'm not like somebody in the organization that takes money. I'm somebody who gives money out of my own account and out of my own like blood, sweat, and tears. So like I am kind of like butthurt over it because like you say it a lot and it's like I'm actually like working an extra day and then giving that away to somebody else because I feel passionate that somebody else should have something because I have the ability to earn that money and they might not have that same ability to earn it. And so that's why I do what I do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's, I mean, gracious of you to give up a day's worth of work to help out your community or whatever you want to call it. Or, but where I get that narrative is, you know, and I don't know the details or the specifics, but I can only presume with what little information I had that, you know, you are, you know, either way, some way benefiting from this idea of doing charity. That's how most charities operate, to be honest. You know, there's operating costs and things like that. So I don't know what the specifics are, like if your operating costs are like going down to Mexico to deliver the toys.
Oh no, we're all volunteers. 100% like volunteer. And I have a house down there. So I go down there just to like,
Okay, so logically, what makes sense to me, you know, that just doesn't make any sense because, you know, like if you're going to spend thousands of dollars to go deliver some toys, you
well,
know,
because I live there. Like I try to live there in the winter. Like I used to like go down there for 4 months, 5 months. So like I do things for my community. If I'm in a spot for 4 or 5 months out of the year and I've got like relationships with the locals and I have like, you know, years of experience with these people and I feel invested in them, why is that weird to like give back?
no, that's not that's not really that weird or really the point of contention, to be honest. The
But the Rotary Club itself doesn't like it you can look it up. It
I
like
know all about the Rotary
it
Club, and I have problems with them. I mean, they're not just a righteous organization. Um,
right. And I understand that. The one that I'm part of is like it's in a little town and so it's like not I would say like if I went to a different one, I'd probably feel uncomfortable because it's not formal. It's not like the other ones. It's just a bunch of people who are there's a couple wealthy people that want to do good for the community, and then there's a bunch of other like people who just
See, that's that
like
narrative. Like, see, if you're gonna push that narrative, I'm gonna push back on it every time, because it's not just wealthy people trying to, do some good. That's
but they're not getting anything like monetarily back from it. They're not, because
they
they're
are.
in
They're
it.
getting benefits in many ways. And I
But I'm not seeing that.
Yeah,
Like I
but
don't.
what's can I just I need to moderate the people here because like we're getting
Yeah.
off to a tangent to where I don't know because I see the same sort of thing right whenever we talk
yeah,
about
this is more of a political debate. Sorry.
yeah, it just seems to be a little bit I don't know, I mean yeah, it is, I guess,
But
political. It's the same
but
thing though what I feel like with the Freemasons.
I'm just gonna say that I'm like, I would like to be pulled out of the whole like I'm reaping something like monetarily out of it, because I'm not getting anything. The only thing I get is like the good feeling of giving shit to other people, and I feel good about it. So that's my selfish like desire to do that.
Okay, that's cool. And I look, the way you just presented that, I highly respect it. But if it, you know, my narrative comes from the narrative that, it's just some privileged people trying to do some good. Um, that's just not how charity works. That's the idea behind it. I get it, but you know, um, every church, every charity, every fraudulent organization has
Right,
to
like the
do
March of
some good.
Dimes. Like the
Yeah,
March of Dimes where they give a dime out of every dollar, but the
yeah.
operating costs are 90 cents out of the dollar. I get that.
So I'm just pushing back on that narrative, and yet, and so it's wrong for me to presume, uh, that narrative, and so I concede that it's not a lie, but yeah, I can concede to being wrong. I do feel like you're, come from a pretty rough upbringing, and you've made a better life, and so you want to give back to your community, and that's respectable. So I don't have any pushback against that. It's just the whole idea of charity. It's using it to kind of, like, that's something you kind of do in private because it makes you feel good, like doing drugs or whatever. It's not something you
Oh
just go
yeah,
around
definitely.
bragging about.
No, and my whole thing of like even bringing it up a couple years ago was because like I was trying to like raise awareness, I guess, because I was trying to see if I could get it like bigger than what it was, because I saw like if what we had was that, I was like, oh shit, other people might be willing to make it even better than that. And so that's a selfish thing too. And it was grifting, totally grifting. And like I didn't feel good about it either, because like when I do something good for someone, I don't like to talk about it. I don't need to go brag about it. Um I just like to do it for them and just like walk away and be like, yo,
There's a reason why there's a lot of room for manipulation and dishonesty when shit like that starts happening. And so there's a reason why there's a requirement for all of that shit to be completely transparent. And when it's not, it just raises a lot of questions, man. And people assume the worst. So, I really kind of take responsibility for not just presuming, but kind of assuming the worst. And,
I get it.
and I don't really see that in you. But there are elements of it. And I think it's just a product of our environment, not bad faith. So I apologize for that for sure, sincerely.
No, we're good, man. I just wanted to clear that up because like that's the only thing that bothers me about you is when I go into the room and it's like I see that and I'm like, I want to like explain myself, but then I'm like, you're not going to understand through text, and we're just going to argue, and then it's going to be, you know, get nowhere. Anyways, I think we've come to some good ground here today.
Landry, what I mean, you want to try and get back on track? Are you still feeling it, or you?
Yeah, I'm feeling whatever, dude. I appreciate you being here. I mean, regardless of anything, because this is my issue, right? and I don't. It sucks because I hate even just mentioning his name because that's the whole problem, right? Was his name wasn't being mentioned. And that's why he comes in to sort of whip his dick out and say, "Hey, here I am. Everybody talk, about me and let me be the powerful person here." It's a constant sort of punching down to where he's already punched up and he's lost all those opportunities here. But this whole idea of just completely ignoring someone because they're not worth your time while spending as much time talking about me as I'm talking about them seems to be the biggest critique I have. So you coming here is all I can ask of anyone. So yeah, I mean, I'm down to take this wherever you want to.
Yeah, I just want to resolve whatever problems. I mean, you've had a lot of shit to say, so it's it's only natural for me to react, and I get it. You're also offended by what I said, so if there's anything to work out, I'm happy to do so. I really don't have any like ill will towards you or anything like that, but I am pretty offended. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I did spend many hours like just sort of, not, I figured it would help you out, but it was a mutual benefit because, like Moose was saying, it makes him feel good to do good things, and it made me feel good because you asked for my perspective and you seemed to appreciate it, whether you agreed with me or not. And so I spent many hours sitting around with you just bullshitting. And
I know, and I that's what I'm saying. Where I've had this guard up because I'd appreciate it too, and I felt like the reason why it sort of went off the rails was for me very petty. We can, I mean, go back over the whole thing over the speaker. That was it a little speaker? Was it a big speaker? Was it a loudspeaker? And then sort of me making the statement of disrupting it, right, with music, and that sort of setting the whole thing off. But for me, the insulting things that comes from essentially the same energy that I see in the chat. So of all these people I have issues with, I mean, you are one of the ones who I can really isolate them and just say, I see it as it is. I did spend that one stream where I was intentionally just trying to poke back because I was tired of sort of being derailed by the chats that you do, because you're very effective with your chatting.
He's good, dude.
Yeah, he gets in there. That's what I'm saying. So that's the whole thing where I'm like walking in the rain.
I'm just having a laugh with you. It's kind of embarrassing, but yeah, I get what your point. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail you.
No, it's all good, but you know what I mean? Like, it's just like I'm walking back in the fucking rain. Like the icing on the cake is that Alex Stein showed up like as soon as I left. So I missed out on that. But I'm walking back to my feet are soaking wet. My whole everything I own is just soaking wet, and I just see fucking El Diablo and Mitch in the chat just like blowing it up, just telling me all. I can't even read it all. You know what I mean? Because I'm just like I'm in a situation. I had to go inside to this fancy hotel. I'm just soaking wet. I'm still alive. I'm just like, do you guys have like a napkin so I can actually see what's on my phone? Because I'm like so wet, I can't wipe it off. My pants can't wipe. I took out my sock. My sock was so wet, I couldn't dry it off. And then they're just like, "Oh, you're a victim because we're texting you. You think we can't let you get back to your car?" And I'm like, "This is so ridiculous, dude." I'm just, you know what I mean? It was such a like movie scene.
Yeah, because it was ridiculous for you to, stop what you were doing completely and focus on a chat that you couldn't even keep up with.
I didn't stop what I was doing completely.
You did. You said it was. And then you said it was my fault,
Okay. I mean, that's fair. I believe you.
I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that was my interpretation.
But I mean, do you hear what I'm saying though? What I'm trying to say is that none of that stuff is really that big of a deal because it was just essentially frustration. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I'm trying to keep the live stream going. I didn't want to leave. The fact that it was raining was the only reason why I did leave. And I took the scooter there. I didn't really even know where I was going. So it's just a feeling of being flustered. And whenever I'm flustered, I can't really be precise in I'm already bad with my language. So when I'm flustered, I can't be precise. It's just it's a hard thing.
That's one of the first things I remember about you, Landry, is Paul coming over here and you giving him shit for focusing on the chat and, derailing the stream for the chat, so that, it just didn't, it didn't settle well with me, man. I don't know. You get my point,
Yeah, but the best thing about it, Mitch, is he's cool with it because you'll actually have that conversation with him later. These other guys, they won't even have that conversation with us. Instead, they'll just like pull us up, they'll poison the well, then they'll throw us out and tell everybody how much of a piece of shit we are, and then spin the narrative. and they won't have the conversation with us. They never will.
Yeah, and that's that ego thing. You know, it's hard to admit when you're wrong. You know, it took me a couple of, swings at it to really make contact. You know, I was struggling with it a little bit just a minute ago, but I was definitely wrong. And you know, it's not a comfortable conversation, but that's how we grow and get better. And I
Well, no, but
appreciate the opportunity for sure.
I see it from your side as well, because I've been against charities for a long time. But then I got butthurt as fuck because I'm like, I make their t-shirts, and my wife and I, like, we made an event that they do every year, a duck race down the river. Like, we brought like 300 racing ducks from China, and we got our own like lanes with the fucking buoys and shit, and like we put a lot of like work and stuff into doing that. And it's kind of one of our things, you know. We enjoy it because she grew up on a mountain, and she went to school with like all the rich people, but her parents drove like the beater ass car, and they had like fucking gas can on top of the car, you know, like the embarrassing stuff. Just like me, I was in the trailer park, fucking pulled up in a fucking blue station wagon that was it was just so embarrassing, bro. But that's just like one of the things that when we were like first got together, like we both liked that about each other, is that we didn't like criticize each other for being generous, you know.
See, I'm gonna pull a Paul and derail the conversation for the chat
Do it.
somewhere in times trying to like be passive aggressive and talk shit. You know, and she's got me blocked, and it's just like that's what I've just got on fighting with Jeeps for like the last 2 hours about. You know, the bitch wanted to keep talking shit, and she's got me blocked. You know, so it's just like it
Yeah,
doesn't make any sense. You know, if you're blocking me, don't go be sneaky and try and see what I'm saying to talk shit so I can't see it. You know, it's just some snaky
that's
shit.
exactly what we're saying, though. That's exactly what we're talking about. That's what Landry's like hating on. He's hating on the fact that Patrick will sit there and run a whole stream about him, but Patrick won't sit down and have a conversation with him. He's blocked, but he won't have the conversation. That goes for everybody. Everybody needs to have the respect to have that conversation and move past it, because life is way too short. We got somebody in the back.
No, be careful though, dude. Just remember that Snafu's been.
I don't
trying
bring
to-
anyone up until they cam up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who the fuck is
shit.
that?
Who the fuck is that?
What's up?
All right, what's up? I was just listening to y'all's conversation. Y'all are having a relatively interesting conversation compared to most of YouTube, so I figured I'd listen, maybe say something.
Yeah, sure. What's up? I mean, it was y'all's conversation, Moose. If you want to get back to it.
What? It's just our conversation is just about like being man enough to just have that conversation with each other. Like there's somewhere along the line, like people stopped fighting in the bars and they stopped fucking, resolving conflict. They just won't talk to each other. They'll just ghost each other. Next thing you know, it's just fucking weird.
Yeah, can y'all hear me? Am I on here?
Yeah, you're good.
All right, yeah. When most of YouTube is, your title's interesting, Where the Cowards Won't Go. And y'all were letting like one person talk at a time. I mean, that's even unusual on a lot of these panels.
Well, if you're genuine, then I'm glad you see it.
Yeah, I
it
find it
seems
interesting.
simple.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I would just feel like a lot of people are, sowing the seeds, and whether it's intentional or not, who knows? But for, civil conflict instead of resolution. The resolution seems way easier, but the conflict I guess appeals to the dopamine chasers. So I
Well,
don't know.
but they avoid the most meaningful conflict, which is my biggest issue. I'll keep saying this till the cows come home. There's a ton of shit that could be worked out between because I have so like with you, it's hard to even remember what the hell I'm even upset about. Well, I do remember it because it's not that complicated, but with them, I can think of 10, 15 different things, you know what I mean, that they've done at this point. But what they want to do is they want to loop in a way. It's just like whenever Patrick comes crawling back and saying, hey, well, why don't we just forget all that just to resolve it and we can just be productive? So we skip the part where we have the conflict, which I can see the reason, right? But if we can't do this to get there, I'm not going to just get past it because that's just being, I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure how to explain it, but I can't handle that. It just seems stupid to me. It seems like a waste of time. And if you can't handle the intellectual point we have to hash out to get there, you're not worth it. I mean, but you are worth it because I'll still do it.
Yeah, come on up somewhere in time. We value your opinion. I mean, let's work it out. I think you're maybe
Who are you talking about?
somewhere in time down in the chat. SIT. She's old school. She's been around. She was like one of the first people that contributed to me from this community. She sent $25 in good faith, with a nice message. And, you know, I've never had any negative experience with her, so I don't know what her beef is, but let it rip, honey. Oh man, sorry, I don't mean condescending or whatever, calling you honey, but I just mean that endearingly, madam.
No, honey is sweet.
Yeah, exactly.
I did not see this. I don't know what you're talking about. Person, origins of beingness, attainment. My computer's like lagging so bad. I don't know what it is. It might be because you're streaming it, Moose.
Your computer's lagging because I'm streaming.
Well, because I mean, you started it, so it's like I don't know if maybe it could be something else. I usually don't have any delay, but it's all good, you know. But I did not see the video with TML that TML did, but you know, with what's his name, with fucking Gabe. Which do you know all these people? The new person here right now, or is this new information to you, or where do you come from?
Well, y'all said I've heard of snafu before. I was trying to remember which community because I go across all these communities. Or I used to go to all these open panels, but haven't for a little bit. But I don't recognize any of the people on panel. The name snafu definitely rings a bell. I don't know if there's more than you could potentially be more than one, but
Yeah, he's the famous one, Snafu.
I don't remember who he is exactly, or he or she is exactly.
You don't need to remember. It's all good. He's better forgotten, you know.
I almost want to think it's like a newer community I came across that had to do with like gang stalking and stuff. But I don't know if y'all seem a little more higher intellect and calm than most of those people.
It's crazy though. Okay, so I guess this is about me. I don't really. Is it music? Okay, so I don't know if this is trying to. We got two people here sharing this, so he better actually say something about it, or I'm gonna be pissed. Nope. So what's the point if he's not going to say any words?
Oh, was that Jeff dude, that autistic gay dude for a second?
Yeah. You know him?
I know that dude, yeah. That's like the first person to definitely recognize.
Yep. All right. We have another special guest here somewhere in time.
Is there some like feedback somewhere? Or am I tripping?
Yeah, I hear it.
My
Okay.
microphone's on now.
What's up,
Is it
somewhere in
my
time?
phone? Hi there. How are you? Pleased to meet you, Landry.
It's nice. It's nice to meet you too. It's always good to interact with people who are, we have no problems at this point. Who knows what the future holds? But right now we're all gravy,
She's here
baby.
to back you up, man. She's got beef with me.
Okay,
No,
cool.
hello, Moose and Mitch, and I'm not sure who else jumped up prior to me getting in here. Who that is?
Solo.
Solo. Hello.
Yeah, someone has some
No, you
static.
kind of drew me in, Landry. You kind of came in like a little flash over there at Jack's. I watched a couple different channels. I kind of just stand back and watch for a minute. I don't know how long you've been around the situation, 3 months or so, and in and out, but kind of enjoying seeing you getting up and out there and in the real streets, doing your thing. That's fun.
Yeah, it says a lot for me because these people, I don't need them to champion me. I don't think I've done anything really groundbreaking, but what I do notice is the way that they see some sort of small increase in momentum and they want to tear it down. And it's even with Snafu, when Snafu went up to what's his name, Rob Nor, and it's just like, what Landry's dad did, blah 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 blah. It's like crazy to me that some person is going to. I just couldn't imagine. Like, could you imagine ever going to a place and doing that? I mean, Mitch, maybe
No,
you would do something like
no,
that, but
no.
That's pretty low
I
for me,
will
man.
come from a. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
No,
overrule
I
you there.
don't. No, I'm good. I was just saying that's pretty low for me, to my standards.
I think you did say something like that once. Though you said like recently when we were having our beef, you were like, "Well, I'm going to go tell Rob that you're a liar."
I didn't mean to cut you off somewhere in time.
You're all right. You're all right. No, I think we all kind of have an opinion on that. As somebody that doesn't even know who the guy was to begin with, and I would never watch that Crucible. It's just a nasaling, smoking nonstop. Just he looks like he would. I mean, I'm not trying to be judgy on that, but my perception of it, it's just so hostile and so aggressive that how does he ever expect to pull anybody into his camp? Just addressing anything like there's just no give. There's no real soft-ended tone. Like it's a loving situation once you do understand and come into this. It's just if you kind of understand what I mean, like they're going to pump him up. Whatever they're going to do is, I think Pierce Morgan, I guess he showed up on, but the few times that he's been around these small channels and stuff like that, all I've just seen is just somebody on the back of his heels. He's trying to be 10 toes in, but I see him on the back of his heels, like coming to that guy, Rob, and whatever happened there, And you going in so innocent and like it was hilarious. Okay. So leave it for what it was. You didn't know, you were just kind of playing in the streets, but I don't know if it's called for or not. And you understood the guy's channel and what had gone down, but I didn't see any of all that. So that's my piece.
Okay, so I know how this works. So he's sloppy because he wants to bring in the dumbest people because they're easier to control. It's just like the tech support scammers. So it's actually kind of on purpose.
Is that why Jack surrounds himself with the dumbest?
Jack's a special case. I understand what Jack's trying to. Oh, Jack's in there for the drama. So yeah, so Jack's in there for the drama. So he's a special case.
You can't say he's not because every single day he goes back and it's like, oh, we had a fight yesterday, but you know what? We're gonna do this again today. And it's like he's like that guy from 50 First Dates, 5 Second Tom or whatever.
Oh my God. Yeah. I think I kind of remember a glimpse of that.
Yeah, every 5 seconds his fucking brain turns back around and it's like it's a
What was
new
I
day or
saying?
whatever.
What was
Yeah,
I
what was I
saying?
saying? Just
You were talking about Snafu, I think, somewhere in time.
Oh, no, I wasn't.
Rob Nor, were you talking about him?
Oh, I was saying how Landry kind of slid in there, kind of unbeknownst to him, like what had really gone down, I guess, with what Snafu would call catch up. And he comes into Nor and does his little thing and makes like some meme, I guess, and it really, really threw that guy off, and it just spilled from there. So that's just how I took it. And then it just kind of got funnier and funnier until it kind of wasn't. And it's like, oh geez, like the whole panel verse is in on this one. So yeah. I'm gonna roll one up over here.
Yeah, you better roll one up. You need to take care of yourself.
I
We
got one
have
rolled up.
good. See,
go.
pass that bad boy around.
There we go.
I have a problem here. I have a guest who wants to come up, but he has a problem with Landry, and I want him to solve that problem with Landry. I do. I want these guys to move forward.
What problem does he have, Landry? Does he just not like
For
Landry's trolling?
for
does he
$1,000
like
bucks.
Landry's techniques? What's wrong?
So, are the cupcakes symbolic of something, or are y'all just like sweets?
Oh, it's symbolic. It's we repurpose prison language from the bump sector. So cupcake means to be on a panel but not mod spooking it, then try to disrupt it. So
Can you tell them what
I
the
didn't
bump
follow.
sector?
yeah,
just follow
bump
that.
sector is a bunch of hobos telling people how to live.
Yes.
So many of them that they have their own sector.
You speak a whole different language, Hank, but I still understand it. Yeah, the cupcakes are basically it's just leaning into the whole beta male, that we're called out for not being, manly enough, and we're not doing this in our life, and we're not doing that in our life, and we're not standing for this or that. And so that's what a cupcake is. If you don't stand for those things, then you're a cupcake.
See,
Inter-
I look
Interesting.
at it like a couple of guys up here just kind of being sweet to each other rather than, fishing for those dopamine chasers. We just kind of have regular old conversations that hopefully work towards a resolution instead of just focus on the conflict.
A lot of people that
Good old
act like
boy.
alpha males aren't alpha males. It's all an act.
LARPing, you could say.
LARPing. Yes. Yes. And Landry's restarting his computer. Hopefully it didn't die on us. Let's say a prayer for it. Go ahead.
Please, God, please heal Landry's computer and download more RAM for him and keep away the cosmic rays from corrupting his data, and make sure Landry's doing his backups and checking them regularly. I mean, very regularly. I would say like no less than once per month.
And
Please,
clear
Lord.
the caches. Praise
Yes,
God.
clear the caches. Yes, praise God.
And may he really watch over us because we need it.
Amen.
Amen. Amen, Ra.
So you know who I am, or you really said that?
Is that
That's
Is that
OG?
you?
Yeah, I say that a lot, but yeah, that's cool, dude. I like saying that.
You know what I find funny? I know for a fact that people are over there telling those guys, hey, these people are saying something about you, whatever. And they won't come over here and have the conversation like Mitch did, Hank did, Somewhere in Time did, Solo. See, we're getting resolutions here. We're building.
Well, technically, I was over there first in their chat, then I came over here. So they could claim that they sent someone over here to get resolution. So
Well, the bar's kind of high right now. Like for them to come here, I think there might be two of them with $1,000. You can't come here kind of thing. So maybe it should be
Oh,
a
wow.
little reverse. if they want to come here and hook it up, they got to pay $1,000 to get in here or come truce. So neither side pays either, whatever they're putting out.
But
Just
like,
kidding.
What's she saying? I need an interpreter because I don't.
okay, so OTW, I guess I didn't know this, but me and Landry are no longer allowed at Patrick's show unless we pay $1,000. So she's saying we should do the same to them. The reason why I won't do this is because Patrick, one, can't afford it, and two, I'm not being a dick. I'm just being real. Like, he can't afford $1,000 to just come on our show to like seek resolution. He's never going to pay that. I would never pay that. I would just let him up here to seek resolution because we were actually
Absolutely.
getting
That's
somewhere.
my point. Absolutely.
I
We were
agree.
getting somewhere.
Yeah, so like when Pussy Paul said he didn't want me to come back to his show, I just left and didn't come back because I have other places to be. It was that simple. So pretty much he can come here when he's ready to. My show's still open to pretty much everyone right now, and I'll see you when I see you.
Testing. Sounds good.
But you could
Hey, you're in there.
initially put a price of like, $64 or 77, whatever you're thinking that he can actually afford, just for fun, put that price out there.
Yeah, it was just kind of my reach around way of kind of like a reverse psychology of what you're looking at there. Like they're not going to allow him over there. And it's been like that brick wall kind of like, no, for $1,000, but you're opening your doors and lifting the gates of your little castle. Truce,
So
come
I
on.
put money on many different things, right? I put money on contests with the AI. I've tried to make friendly competition. I've tried to make friendly collaboration. These people, they operate in a way that they are so stagnant that like they crumble underneath the concept of like moving forward and putting their effort because someone, it might not be them, but for example, like a snafu gets jealous. It's a really weird thing. Or even Paul does the same thing where Paul's just like a basically a, snafu dressed up in a suit and tie. They're really one of the same to where they want to see others fail. They don't want to seek resolution. They want to seek power. Everything everyone else does is a power game because they can't perceive that me would do something different that they would. You know what I mean? It's just this whole psychological phenomenon. That's where the "that's you" comes from because they notice it in themselves. So it must be that way in every circumstance ever. I will ask you one thing, Hank. Why were you telling yesterday, Gabe, to jump off or to Grey Rock me?
Oh, because I'm on my own team, and that would be been better for me.
Why would that be better?
What
for
does
you?
Grey Rock mean? Sorry.
Ignore. So that happened yesterday. I was gonna pull it up earlier, but I can.
Oh, I saw that. That was the weakest like shit I've ever seen. So, okay, Landry, I want to know right here. I'm churning in Pastor Moose right now. Are you gonna admit your sins today in front of everybody publicly?
Yeah, whatever you want. I'll if it's true, I'll admit it.
All right.
Did you clear your caches? We prayed about it.
All right, I'm gonna have to put you in the back if you have any more outbursts during church.
Okay.
Nah, I'm just kidding. Landry, did you or did you not blow off Gen X Jeff?
Yes, I did. I did. So I was 20. I showed up 20 minutes late. Hold on. I want to be thorough here. We had an agreement to meet at 2 p.m. I said at 12 p.m., hey, man, do you think we could do it a little bit earlier? He's like, well, I got some laundry in right now. So we have to wait. I said, okay. And then I go over to, I join OTW Live's channel where I'm just there doing my thing. And then I get super frustrated with TML just talking about how he destroyed Andrew Wilson. And I'm listening to this debate and TML is just like just, totally just losing. And I was like, well, I know what's happening here, right? We aren't being able to criticize him because he is our like he's on our team, whatever that means. He's in the club. So we're going to just assume he won based off of that. And I was like, well, that's kind of lame. And then we ended up getting into that impromptu debate that, debate, non-debate that didn't really happen because, I got so flustered in the emotions that I just had no track of time. So I went over there and said, hey man, I'm so sorry. I really just didn't expect for that to, I thought I was just gonna be hanging out in OTW's chat. And he just said, no apologies accepted. You're blocked right now. From now on, I'm not going to say a single thing that you say. I gave it some time. I said, okay, you might need some time, but I apologize. I do all I can do here. I reached back out like a couple weeks later just with a friendly hello, and he didn't respond. So other than that, that's about all I did. But I do acknowledge that, yes, I was 20 minutes late to my job interview that I got fired from. But other than that, I don't know what else he's referring to.
All right. Thank you. I rest my case. Now I want to move on, and I want to say this for the people, put this on record. So, Jeffrey, I have completely fallen asleep when I had a stream planned with Landry. We had talked about it all day. I was all juiced up. I was ready to go. And you know what happened? I was so fucking tired, I fell asleep. Or I was watching a TV show with my wife, and I do not handle television very well. It's so fucking boring. I just
You're in
fall
the
asleep.
back pews.
Wait, can you make me big again? I love not having the keys.
There you go.
Okay, well, going off that point, right? Yesterday, me and him, we were talking all day about this whole panel versus award thing, because it was obviously just to get back at Gabe for being a little whiny coward. So I jump over there, and we're ready. He's like, all right, man, so what are we going to do? We're going right now. I was like, no, I had it scheduled 9 p.m. We kind of talked about it all day. It's at 9 p.m. He's just like, in 2 hours? And he doesn't just say, okay, I'll be back in 2 hours and fall asleep. No, he just vanishes, doesn't come back at all. Then today he wakes up, doesn't even say anything about it. I don't say anything about it. Even though we were talking beforehand, we're like, this is going to be our biggest stream yet. And, here I am still just hanging out with them. You know what I mean? Some people, y'all take things so fucking seriously that I don't know how to handle it. Because, I was a little bit bummed. I was honestly offended. I was pretty pissed because it basically ruined the whole thing because I didn't know where to go with it. But at this point, it doesn't even matter. I think that Moose is an awesome guy. He's one of the few people here who I don't know. But even if it was anyone else, would I take it that seriously? I don't think so. Because I understand the situation.
The perfect. Like Snow, she kind of swung in there, and she's got the lowdown on the whole thing. She kind of helped you out there, so you did good.
But I just want to say, imagine if you did that to Jeff, Moose.
I can see that. I Jeff would never talk to me again, probably. And I love Jeff, and that's the thing.
Me too. I was a fan.
I want him to patch things up with you, and he's very angry. So, and I get it. I do too. Also, I have to say, Jeff, if Landry has given me this amount of grace, that's something that you need to learn. That's something you need to work on because, it's something. It's something, dude. I totally just dipped out last night. I dipped out because it was Landry's I don't see what you're seeing with these clips. We don't have everything already. And I'm just you know what? I spent all day working on this and now we're just going to switch it. I was fuck this. I was I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed.
I know this is going to look like Democrat on Fox News optics, but I'm going to disagree. You need to go ahead and stand your ground, Jeff. You don't have to take this crap.
Take what crap?
Whatever he's mad about. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to come up. He doesn't have to invite you.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. I
worry about his history, though. He just said this is abuser tactics. Who am I abusing?
Dude, Gen X Jeff is a massive poser. Dude, Gen X Jeff is a massive fucking poser. He pretends to be a Satanist. He's not. He pretends to be nice and cool, but really, he's not.
How do you know he's not a Satanist?
I had the conversation with him.
That's where it doesn't even matter enough to where now we're just speculating.
No, I had the conversation with him 5 or 6 times. We had that conversation at least 3 times. I had that conversation with him. He's a poser in that regard, 100%.
Hold on, I want to address these one by one real quick, if we could.
On, we're going to take a quick break, folks.
See, you should be triggering the right people right now, man.
Stand up, fat slave.
Okay, I can't answer the super chat because.
Hey, Landry.
Yes.
tissue.
Indeed, Paul, you're the ugliest guy I've maybe ever met. I'm sorry I have to say that. Attractive men don't lose their virginity at 26. So again, don't come back to my area. You won't stop coming to mine. Just get out of here. If it was so good, you
There you
wouldn't even
go.
be over here talking to us losers. Punch up. Oh wait, there's no one else to punch up to. You already punched up and you fucking kept falling down on your ass, on your big fat ass. So get lost. Oh man, come on. Here, y'all.
Show you the thumbnail he made of me. Look at this. I'm just like going from there on, and oh yeah, whatever.
All
Anyway,
right.
like Landry's going live in a
gotta
couple
get
of
back to
hours,
this.
not too long from now. It's like, hold on a second, let me go check. What is this, 11? So yeah, exactly about 2 hours from now, we're gonna have Landry. Guys, I gotta show you the thumbnail he made of me. Look at this.
You can take control back over. That's the best part, right? Is when I take it over, you can
Yeah,
take it back over, and we can fight for it.
Exactly.
We
but
love that,
that was
though.
beautiful. Okay, so you wanted to address Jeff, and I'm the moderator here, so I'm going to help out with this. So Jeff says he never poses as cool. His big thing is you left him hanging, and then you showed no remorse or whatever.
I
after
did show
that.
remorse. How he blocked me. So did he not see the message I said where I apologized like immediately?
And he thinks you're addicted to the panel verse. And
How much time can I? All right. I think that he might stream more than me now. To be fair, so I think there might be some projection.
and he says you broke trust.
That's fine.
And you
But I
have
just want to
you have to-
I want to remind him who he surrounds himself with, and if he maybe can see sort of that this kind of strict requirements to be even spoken to by him might be leading him towards a path downwards as far as momentum goes. If he wants momentum, because I always hear him talking about doing stuff better, improving, and all that. But I think we got to be able to work things out in a way that's a little bit more fluid than this.
Productive.
It's just. I have to restore it. What I mean, I'm trying to. I apologized. I went to your channel to reach out twice. What else do I need to do? This becomes the point where it's like, do I need to bend over backwards or get on my knees, or where do we go here?
I'm in La La Land. What are you talking about? I'm sitting here. I'm hosting the show, folks. See, this is your house. I just run the stream. Okay.
Oh, I gotta make the face.
All right. So check this out, guys. If there's anybody else out there that has a problem with Landry, please come up. This is like the Landry bitch session.
And here's the thing, though. I will go to their place because a lot of the time they think I just want to drag them over here. I don't. You know what I love doing? I love going to DJMs, dude. It's fucking awesome. I can jump off and jump on and jump off. And they're just talking about girl shit. They're like, why did you send her nudes? What the fuck is your problem? And I can just go up there with the wig on, and then still OTW will find the 5 minutes I was there and then restream and talk about how, horrible something I said was. It's just, it's so funny to me, dude. This shit here, I don't want to drag people here for this. I have been very clear about the things I want to do in this space and how, my favorite thing to do now is going out and about, starting my day, skipping this shit, and doing something in the real world. I don't ever have a plan, but sometimes it goes good, sometimes it goes bad, and I don't know. That's what I prefer that because this shit is the most ridiculous thing in the world. If it was up to me, I would go find these people at a park and just sit down next to them and say, "What's up, man? Is this real? Is this whole shit that we're doing real? What's really going on?"
No,
You know
it's
what I mean?
fake and gay.
It is
That's
fake
what
and
I'm
gay.
saying.
It's the gayest,
Yes.
fakest gay shit I've ever fucking seen.
Imagine if a homeless dude came up to you and was like, "Hey, I want to teach you," and please don't take this the wrong way, Mitch. My whole point is
Oh no.
this dude wants to go up to you and life coach you and tell you how to live life and tell you how to be, have this great life, but he doesn't have anything to show for it. He doesn't show you a great life. He doesn't have that. So how can you follow somebody who doesn't have that and get to have that?
My perspective of Gen X Jeff is that, like, on panel, like talking to him, right? He's very, very like easygoing and easy to talk to. I enjoy talking to him, even though he puts up with a lot of wackos. but in the chat box, he's always overwhelmingly serious. I'm not sure if it's just a translation issue. I've never seen him in the chat not sounding extremely serious.
I think it's just the way he types. But did you hear anything I said?
Yes, I heard it all.
Yeah, and I want to
Yeah,
respond.
well, no,
a
you're
little
talking about
bit.
going to parks and shit. Like, yeah, that's on. I have ideas similar to that, but I don't know if you're on the same page or not.
What do you mean? What are we gonna do at the park? Have
Well,
a picnic?
I had an idea earlier to do a show, sports competition, hookers lighting farts on fire. But I checked the legalities, and it seemed extremely problematic. So I backed off.
Oh, we could light something else on fire. We have hookers light propane bottles. That should be legal.
They're called Women of the Night.
No, dude. Okay, but yeah, let's see. Yeah, well, I thought that name sounded catchy, but they don't have to be. No, it can be anybody. It could be anyone. It doesn't have to necessarily be that, But I thought that name sounded catchy,
Self-important do you have to be to say something like this, Dennis? I mean, we don't have to find resolution if you don't want to, dude. I continue to suggest something to you, right? To where I believe that you could use some direction, and I could as well. We could be of help to each other. But if you are going to take it as serious as this in a way that is, I believe this is probably how you treat everyone. So I'm not going to beg. I mean, I've already said to you how I feel, and do you? I mean, I don't know if I did beg. I think you might smile and then still deny it. So I'm not sure, man. I mean, we could have it. We could have a one-on-one conversation on your area. We could have it privately, publicly. That's the whole thing, right? Essentially, it was.
You need to hire a manager so you can keep your schedule. I heard Moot. I don't know if Moose has any more time for you though.
Oh,
Keep
I
your
don't
performance,
think
Landry.
Gen X Jeff is not a sincere person.
What am I not owning, Gen X Jeff? You won't even have the back and forth. You're going to be in the chat. I'll go talk to you about it anytime. I'm sure if we did talk about it, you would find resolution. This is an easy way to stay where we're not resolving because you have the benefit of being behind a screen. I am too, but I'm actually speaking. So it's a weird thing. It's a weird way to resolve things. So I don't know if it's possible. I never do that, right? If I'm ever in chat, I'll come up if they ask me to. I know Mitch is the same. And
I'm the same too.
Yeah.
I click the link like a fucking moth to a flame, like a dumbass, and I go into the trap every time.
Yeah, I'm the same too, but I'm still suggesting Jeff to skip this one because I know how he is when he's angry. It's probably gonna get clipped.
Come on, dude. No, he should definitely click the link. He should definitely click the link.
Yeah, I think that's highly disrespectful because like what Landry's looking for is people to collaborate with, and like every time that we've like set a goal or something, we have come to it together, other than when I've fallen short. So, I mean,
I am a man of action, dude. But I've said this very many times. There's a reason why I don't thrive with a 9 to 5. It's not because I'm not motivated. It's because I have weak blind spots like that to where it truly was like an accident. How I don't know. Because here's the thing, right? I just imagine this. Walk yourselves through my situation, and I wasn't thinking about this at the time, but I'm thinking about even if I did notice the time and want to like just immediately stop, what are the optics of that, right? I'm in the middle of a heated debate with TML and all these people who already hate me and can't stand me, and then I just fucking leave. I was already, the sort of the dominator there. I destroyed that guy, and not even that I wanted to. I was trying to have a normal conversation. He freaked out, started attacking the moderator. But imagine I just run away and then go say, "Okay, I'm here on time. What's up?" That would have been a whole thing of itself, So it's just horrible timing. I will own it. I did apologize to you, but it was 20 fucking minutes. 20 minutes, man. I mean, I didn't know that I was, I guess, signing up for a.
He said you need to be honest about your disability.
Okay. ADHD. Just say you're ADHD.
I was diagnosed when I was fucking 13, but I don't use it as an excuse for my life.
All right, problem solved. Then he's honest about the disability. Jeff, you say you're not mad. I guess you can come up then, because that was my only issue. That if you were mad and wanted to come up because you didn't know how to handle these kind of situations when you're angry. So you might as well at this point. I don't have any objections now.
Yes, this is all over being 20 minutes late. I'm not a troll. People have to realize what that word means. A troll people control people without just that's all they are, right? You can provoke people and then still exist in a way that if somebody wants to have a serious conversation, I can have it. And to be honest, I have proven I can have it in your area far more than many of these other people that you entertain. What are these people doing? They're like drunk half the time. It's like, oh, plastic African. I don't understand a word that comes out of the guy's mouth, but you don't say shit about that. Why? Because he was never late. Come on, man, get real.
Okay, if you make claims like this, like please at least have like some kind of some kind of clue for us, like where he lied, where he's gaslighting people. Like
he's just
for the
repeating
rest of
shit that Beck says, dude. There's a lot of people in his ear, I'm sure.
And
Yes.
I get that. She's really upset. She blocked me and
She blocks
you.
everybody. Hold on, wait. Where's it at? Oh shit, I know it's here.
And they do this Discord together or whatever and watch videos and stuff. So it's good.
So yeah, I'm not blocked by Bex yet because I'm actually working with her to infiltrate the Keystone Cop crew, and we actually successfully took it over. She's one of my agents, along with Cynthia and Snow. So
The Indian Jesus.
Hello.
What's up, man?
I heard this is where the cowards won't go, and I am not a coward. So
that makes
here we go.
sense.
I've seen your face somewhere recently. I think somebody's talking about you. One of these people. There's so many. I don't know how to keep track of all of them.
Oh, talking ish. What are we talking about, gentlemen?
Well, there's someone in the chat, refusing to come up, but they have a lot of complaints over, we were supposed to. Go ahead.
We could do a topic switch to be. It's not quite tangential, I would say.
Who props me up, Jeff? Moose? Like what? Everyone is fucking gray rocking me, dude, and people prop me up.
It's kind of funny, dude.
Fill me in on the lore. Who's the
have
the
more
beta that
numbers
won't
than
come
I
up?
do,
Why won't they
so.
come up? Let's talk as much as we can to get them come up here.
Well,
I'm not.
Yeah, you go for it, Hank.
Yeah. So Gen X Jeff is my friend. We both came in the Panelverse at around the same time. He had a men's support group, and he kind of moved it over to just an open panel format. And I think I found him on the PF Young show. But yeah, we came in at the same time. He used to have a co-host, which he left for after the first 6 months because of disagreements. But he was able to get his show going and monetized anyways because he had the grit. So his issue with Landry, as far as I could tell, is that Landry didn't make it on time for the show they agreed to do because he was too busy with the drama and the
Landry was too busy fucking his mistress.
I was too busy doing this.
Oh,
Look, we're talking about the proposal I agreed to, though. I didn't agree.
I
Is AI a net
agree.
benefit to
That's
society?
exactly what we agreed to.
No. Is
That was
AI?
what we agreed
That was
to.
the prompt.
No, is AI or technology good or bad? You can rewind the tape. That's what that's what the proposal was.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Okay.
Questions that y'all said we could.
Let's just do this. Is AI a benefit or a harm to
That's
humanity?
what my thing was. Net positive or net negative.
All right, so I think that sounds good.
Okay.
TML, do you agree with those with the theme?
Sure.
So
Is AI good or bad for humanity?
Benefit or net positive? No, does it harm society or help it? That's what I'm debating. So don't try to shift the goalpost. And Powder Dusty, I saw you do that. I saw you do that, boy.
What did you say we do?
You're trying to shift the debate topic. You're a bad listener. You're a bad listener. You try to shift the debate topic.
Calm your tits down.
Okay.
Why are you so sarcastic? You think that this is for something that's below
I'm putting on a show. I'm putting on a show. It's entertainment for you guys. Entertainment. I'm putting on a show.
It is. This is why you call people.
So you calm your tits. Okay.
Question. So pro or anti-panel verse, right? I feel pretty anti
Just
right
falling
now.
asleep over here.
I don't claim any of these motherfuckers, dude. They've all shown to be mostly cowardly. But even the people on the other side, right? The debate sphere, they do the same shit. They just do it with a different lens. People they can't I don't know, because I get sometimes people aren't worth like engaging with because of their psychoticness or their language or TOS. Who knows? But a lot of people just take the perfect moment to exit the conversation whenever they know they're going to get whomped.
And
Is that
another
Hank
reason
typing?
is because pathological liars. It's not worth talking to a pathological liar either.
Who? Oh, Jeff?
No, I wouldn't say Jeff is a pathological liar. No, but
Who's typing? All right, Hank. Thank you for typing so loudly.
No, I was muted. Wait, was I muted? No, you muted me. Never mind.
I just know some of these people in the panel verse that are so many of them are pathological liars, and there's no point in talking to them.
They're
Wait.
very much
I wasn't late.
about the grift, and like I know that's thrown around a lot, but even if you guys saw Sarah's solo stream where she was talking about it, she said, I'm purposely going to talk about this and stretch this out for 6 hours. It's like, do you care about addressing what's going on, or do you care about making money? And she even said, like, the only reason I do this is for my daughter. Okay, fine, fair enough, but then don't get mad at us. We're like, you're the only reason you're here is for money.
Well, that's the thing where I would, I'll tell you this. I'm not like that, but I wish I was like that, because I do think money is it's the main reason I am here, but I'm not very good at making it. So I'll tell you that much.
I hear you there.
But I wouldn't want to do it in a way that's distasteful, though. I'm trying to make it sort of somewhere in the middle.
Well, that's the struggle, because I think there's certain people who are in it. Like, if you have, I don't know Sarah's position specifically, but I know she talks about her daughter a lot and like medical stuff and stuff like that. So if you're like, well, I had to pay for all these things, so help me, it's slightly less, but slightly less cringe, I guess. But also, like, that's not my problem. If you're putting on entertainment, like, then you're putting out free entertainment. What like, I don't need to be guilted into that. If I like what you're watching, I'll give you money. Actually, if I want to be on the panel, I'll give you money. But, if you earn the money, then you earn the money. But I think we all got, ish to deal with.
So how does she grift? I to be honest with you, and this is where I've had a hard time with these people, because when I was talking to Rob Noor, he just assumed that I was, oh, you're here you like Sarah and Dusty, and I have no, I guess, allegiance to these people. I think that Sarah's always kind of bored me to death. To be fair, it's just not my thing. But I also think Andrew Wilson's boring. So
fair enough. Yeah, I don't know them too specifically, but I did debate Andrew Wilson face to face, and then I had Rob on my channel the day before all of this blew up. I wish it was the day after, but it was the day before. And the long and short of it is essentially that Sarah is like, hey, if we, we all do this, we all have different personalities, we're debating, we get upset and but we handle this stuff behind the scenes. But then she was on a public panel, and because it wasn't her show, she's trying to be like, well, I was off the clock, but like, you were on a public panel saying things. And so the things that she was saying, in my personal opinion, weren't that bad. But if you're going to be this person that hosts all these different people and try to say, I don't have any biases, then we're going to single out somebody specifically, in this case she did, Rob, and you're friends with Dusty, and it's a situation with Rob and Dusty. I don't think it's unfair for Rob to be like, yo, like, you're supposed to be a moderator, you're supposed to be a host, and you're taking sides.
And see, I missed everything that happened before this.
I feel like you should go over to Rob's again.
Me? Is he live?
Yeah, he's still live.
Jesus Christ.
And go over what?
I don't know. Just go over there and then let us sit here quietly.
Poke the bear.
Poke the bear.
To see how it's going.
Well, maybe ask him why he was rude to Trippy.
You should tell him he was a baby back bitch, and your obligation wasn't just to be there, it was to argue in good faith as well.
I mean, I just get kicked out immediately. Like, I'm not saying no, I'm just saying, like, that's
back.
Maybe ask him
because
cheaper
farmers. Jesus.
Free chicken.
My bad, I didn't have that clip ready to go. But yes, I don't know anything about Trippy. I don't know anything about any of these people. I just showed up to make a picture for Dusty because he pays me sometimes. He didn't pay me for that one though.
I mean, that's I think the crux of it is that I don't think Sarah was necessarily wrong to be like, okay, I'm not really like, I'm kind of, I feel like Rob is being like a little bit of a bitch. That's fine for her to have that opinion. But she went on a public panel and she's like, well, I was off the clock. It's like, but you're not, though. You're on a public panel. If you're saying that in DMs to Dusty privately, whatever. Like if that, let's say, for instance, that Sarah was DMing Dusty. Oh my God, Rob Noir is such a whiny bitch. If that got leaked, I highly, highly doubt that Rob or Andrew would have a problem with that. But that's not what happened. They were on a public panel. Just because it's a small channel and they turn their cameras off doesn't mean it's not public. And
so I have a question.
The scenes.
So was there a contract that says that she couldn't say anything bad about Rob?
No contract.
No, it's the
there's a covert contract.
It's
garbage.
no, it's not a covert contract. It's just kind of unwritten code of ethics to not.
Yeah, that's a covert contract.
No, it's not.
Yeah, that's the definition of a covert contract. She didn't have explicit contract that says she couldn't say anything bad about Rob. A public panel where Rob screwed up, and that's a covert contract.
Yeah, I can't hear any of y'all. They're all talking at the same time.
Yeah, so if you're saying that an unspoken code of ethics that should be expected to be understood by people in a similar industry at a certain level, then sure, call it whatever you want. But
yes, I will call it a covert contract because there was no overt contract that didn't say that Sarah couldn't say Rob screwed up and he screwed up.
That's not a covert contract. That's just kind of the price of doing business when you make it look bad on the community, and when you make the community look bad, you kind of got to go.
No, when it's not written down and it's not explicitly explained, then it's a covert contract by definition.
If that's the
why is that
standard that you're going to apply, then I would say the covert contract would be the fact that she's sort of surrounding herself around these people for obvious benefits, to grow her channel, to grow financially, to grow with influence. Those are things that she is benefiting from being associated with that community. So when you make the community look bad, you kind of...
Well, Rob made the community look bad by fucking up that debate, but he's not going anywhere for now.
What? It's too convoluted. I mean, you're going to have to talk to somebody who doesn't care about all the details or who these people are.
I can speak to that. So yes, Rob specifically said, "Hey man, I apologize to Trippy because I messed up that stream and Trippy did nothing to me." But, and you can take it or leave it and say it's legitimate or it's not legitimate. But what Rob's position is that was not the first strike. This was the last straw of the panelverse people. And I don't particularly I was on Sarah's panel last night.
It's too convoluted, man. Like, can you speak layman's terms? Because I don't really speak your language, bro. I mean,
he is legitimate and feeling.
Mitch, I don't speak your language, so.
No, that's fine. I'm willing to clarify anything, but I just don't understand the the convoluted details.
Okay, so I can explain it. So. Yeah. What I'm saying is that you can agree or disagree with Rob's position that, hey, this has been happening over and over and over and over and over.
I know I can agree or disagree on anything. Let's not make it convoluted. Let's just talk about we don't have to repeat ourselves. We don't have to convolute it with unnecessary anecdotes. Let's just talk about the details. Let's make it simple.
Okay. What details would you like me to talk about?
I mean, you seem very emotionally invested, and I'm asking you to explain this in simple terms to somebody who doesn't care who these people are, doesn't know any of the convoluted details.
Okay.
You were trying to explain something. Yeah. All right.
So I'm saying it is a reasonable thing for somebody who has experienced things like being interrupted, having the moderator be biased towards other people. Even though it is her platform, he has the right to feel like, hey, I'm not being treated fairly here. I'm not getting any benefit from being here. I do these things because I enjoy them. And obviously, if there's a benefit to my channel, I want to do that, but that's not happening anymore. And so if I'm not getting a benefit to my channel, I'm not being treated in a way that I personally feel like is okay, then what am I doing here? And then he just went public about that without specifically naming anybody until Sarah was on a panel specifically naming Rob, saying he gets upset, he wants to do this, he wants to do that. So then she kicked it. And I don't have any problems with Sarah, but she opened the door to publicly talking about issues of the panel and Rob and moderation, all that stuff. So once
I'm in full agreement so far.
whole stream about it, and then she did a whole 6.5 hour stream about it, where she's just like, yeah, you know, like whatever. She didn't address anything, and so again, I don't personally have any negative feelings.
You're losing me,
but
you're losing me.
I'm trying to explain what happened. I don't know. I can yell. I can dance around. Like,
I don't understand that. I don't translate that. Like that doesn't compute.
I was speaking English.
Yeah, right. Doesn't translate. I don't know what that means.
You don't know what "wit" means.
When you start getting like emotionally invested like that, you're losing me. Like let's just stick to the details.
All right, I'll make it simple for you.
All right, cool.
Rob wanted to debate. He wanted to not interrupt.
I followed you all the way up until you went. I don't know.
I haven't done that again. I thought I was explaining, and I haven't done that again.
Explain it.
Okay, so Rob wanted to debate without being interrupted.
I heard that part too. Like, we don't have to start all over. You can just.
Well, then what do you want from me, homie?
You don't have to start all over. You can just pick up.
Well, then what do you want? You asked me what the situation was. I'm trying to explain the situation, and then when I explain the situation, like, oh, I know that. I don't want that. What is it that you would like from me?
Just pick up where you left off before you got too emotional.
I did that, and then you got mad at me because I explained it already. I already explained it. So if you want me to explain it, I can either explain it again.
All right, I don't want you to explain it anymore. Can you stop?
I can either pick up where I left off.
All right, well, here we go. I have no idea what y'all are talking about. Can we just break it down from the beginning? What the fuck happened?
I can either pick up where I left off.
No, he's just too emotionally invested. I don't even really care what he has to say.
I do, because I'm just confused here. Okay, just imagine I have no idea what happened. I just walked into the room.
So to start over, for anybody who actually does care, it is reasonable for somebody to want to debate and feel the justification that I shouldn't be interrupted. So then when you're constantly being interrupted on the same panel and you're seeing the moderator give preference to other people, then it is reasonable, even in what we saw with Trippycast's debate, where Rob kind of effed off and did whatever. That was the last straw. That wasn't an initial thing. So that was him showing, I'm done with people from this community acting like this, interrupting, spurging out, all that kind of stuff, whatever the way you want to put it. And so in that position, he was like, fine, I'm going to do this. And that triggered everybody else in the panelverse saying, hey, Rob, why are you doing this? Yet everybody has been doing this to Rob. So that was the opportunity for Rob to say, look, here, I'm going to point out all these different situations where Sarah has not been a good moderator. And for you, me, anybody else wants to agree or disagree, I'm just giving the facts of what happened. He said that this happened, that happened, that happened, that happened. He gave his stats and or facts. And then Sarah went on her own stream, did a 6-hour stream where she talked about what was going on and did not address anything that Rob brought up. And she was like, well, this is how we do things here. If you don't like it, you don't like it. So, I mean, I think it's reasonable that Rob and then Andrew decides that, okay, if that's what you're saying, if you don't like it here, don't be here, then we won't be here. And the 18 most successful videos on the Raging Tomato channel are Andrew Wilson debates. And she lost that because she felt that it was reasonable to go on a public panel, even though she was off the clock of the gauntlet or the Raging Tomato, to speak negatively about him.
I mostly agree with his perspective. He's just too emotionally involved.
Like, maybe you should have just listened and you'd be like, oh shit, that Indian guy's pretty smart.
No, I don't think you're very smart. I just think you're very emotionally invested. I don't have enough information to.
How dare I care about things? Oh my God. Caring about things. What a loser. Right? Yeah, I don't care about shit. I'm low key. I don't give a fuck, bro.
No, I care about the details. I just don't care about your emotional investment.
What do you care about?
The details, just not your emotional investment.
Okay, so what details?
the ones that you spoke of, they were interesting.
So
I
then
just
why did you
didn't
cut
care
me
about
off?
your emotional
Tell me about them.
presentation. Like, I don't know if you're a bad actor or you're just not in control of your emotions. I don't know, but we can work through it.
All right, tell me what I should fix. How should I have presented that information in a better way?
You should go see Gen X Jeff. He'll love bomb you, and then he'll.
No, I mean, if that's your best you got, I can accept it. I mean,
Oh no, honey, sweetie, baby, you think this is the best I got? I'm fucking chilling with y'all on a fucking Saturday. What even day is it? I don't even know. Saturday night, whatever. I'm chilling. I'm drunk as shit. Let's go.
oh, that makes sense.
What is it that you would have liked me to present that information in a
I
better
guess
way?
he refer you to do it in monotone because he can't understand
Okay,
emotions.
yeah, I can do that.
No,
I
I
can do that. You want me to do it
understand
again?
emotions.
Okay,
but
so
he's
Rob
drunk.
didn't like to be interrupted, and Sarah
Yeah.
was interrupting him all the time, and then he got interrupted again on Radical Ryan's Coder post, and then he did it again, and then he got annoyed, and then Sarah was on the panel, and she spoke publicly about him, and then she went on her own panel and said that, I handle things privately. Even
I'm
though
good.
she
I got
spoke.
enough details.
Oh, you got it now, do ya? You got it now, do ya?
Yeah, I can read. Yeah, I got that subtext reading.
Thank
I got it.
Yeah, I understood everything you were
We
saying.
flew, stayed at heaven's gate. Now we have to say, all hail the Griff
You got a lurker.
Fuck Browns, boy!
I don't know. I'm so lost. I'm like not even like close to found. Jeff's yelling about a bunch of shit. He won't have the one-on-one. A bunch of people here are talking about shit. I have no idea what it really means. And oh boy, this is how to lose a panel in 10 seconds, right?
Yeah.
May I ask who's the host of this channel?
Yeah, not me.
This is the host right here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Well, I am very happy to do one-on-ones. Let me know. I'm down to debate, have calm discussions, whatever you like.
Okay, let's debate. I want to debate. I'm ready for the debate right now.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
What do we disagree? What do we disagree on?
What is your where do you fall politically?
Politically, I guess you could say I lean right, but very slightly.
Okay, I would agree. So something I feel more strongly. Where do you fall on abortion?
Well, I actually no, we don't do abortion. All right.
Okay. Well, what's something that you? Yeah. Give me anything. I'll run with it.
No, hold on, wait, no. I got to tell you my actual answer. I'm pro pull out. I don't believe that I need to be pro choice or pro life. I need to be pro pull out. Why don't we stop it before it even needs to be stopped? Am I right?
Okay, so give me something you're passionate about. I'll take on whatever you got.
Banging broads.
All right. I actually November 4th, Verbal Combat. I will be arguing in the pro position that prostitution should be legal.
Astrology, real or fake?
Fake.
Ooh. Okay. There's a fun. Oh, it's just me.
Sorry. I don't know what happened to him. I think he got disconnected. Hold on. We're gonna see if we can get a hold of him again.
Oh my god.
I was gonna say, bro. I know you didn't pull that.
So I'm not sure if you're aware that we both have keys, but that's what makes it fun around here. Who's laugh key?
He was the one that didn't like that.
I forgot it was him.
But yeah, you give me the topic. I'll debate whatever you want on the spot. Let's go.
Okay. Well, no, I mean,
here we go. I got the debate. AI music, yes or no?
AI in general. Okay, AI net positive or net negative?
You first.
Say it again.
You first. What is your position?
Overwhelmingly positive. I believe that it is a
negative. Let's go.
But you did wait. Did you take that just because I said positive? You'll take any position?
Not really. I do generally fall more on the negative. I could argue either, but yeah, I am more on the negative.
Okay, so I mean, you start. I picked the position first, so you can go ahead and lead. Why is it negative?
Okay, I think it's a bad thing in general, even though it is probably something that we can't get past. I think there should be a concerted effort among American human artists of any different type of thing to try to create a value in what humans do versus what computers do, obviously, because it's very easy to create AI stuff. And that may be useful to the end user, but there's an entire industry of people that do things. And if we do the artistic things, and if we don't go with those people, then AI only drives from what is already created. And so it will only become if we have this much art, then AI art can only be this much. And then if we get AI art from this much and this much and this much and this much, and then art will all be the same thing. So in order for art in its to be anything, it must be human.
All right, your 3 minutes are over. So I
That
gotta
was not
ask
3
you-
minutes.
I gotta ask you if you think that we'll go back to you. We'll go back to you, but
No, you're good. I conceded my time. You're good.
you have to tell us whether this has human aspects in it or not.
Got a case of David Wayne dug in deep inside of my brain.
I can already hear the auto tune.
There's a little case of what it
Cardi B
means to
uses
be
it too.
alive and afraid.
It's all right. Hold on, we're almost there. This is our gay Asian cowboy, David Wayne.
Is under you and the cover is being sorted through. So when you preach to the only true believers who supported you, well, that's
Oh my God!
okay. I'm afraid, but it's okay. Yeah, we're okay.
So deep. So deep.
Look at the other
All right. I saw you rocking out back there. Now you're eating. So
AI music is
it
no
was
good,
like
right?
you had some really quick sex, and then you got hungry after I saw that.
Well, here's the thing, right? With AI, sorry, like I said, it's the whole thing, right? He has the keys, and he's my my best man. But so with the negatives of AI, I could probably explain them better than most people who are who are anti-AI. And that's the thing where I came from this initially from a point of being very, paranoid and anxious about the things that it was going to do. I believe that it's kind of laying itself out to be the second self, where everyone's going to have everything that they do normally just moved over to the machine. So I see where that danger might come. However, I think we're going to overcorrect and pull it back here shortly. I can't know that for certain, but then that's going to put it in the position where only the most powerful people are going to be able to use it. With the art, though, people don't make art. Like, I've made art with my hands. I've made actual songs. Songs take months to make sometimes, unless you're, like a big team and you have everything going on some sort of streamlined process. But I've done more art than most people have done, and I still don't have any issue with the way that it sucks in all the art, because people aren't really worried about the art. They're worried about the money that they make from the art. Who makes money off of art? Very, very few people. Essentially, the luckiest of the lucky. So I don't think this is actually. Most people like the same music for their whole lives. I feel like what I want is everyone has their own AI shit, and we're all sharing shit, and we all start to, like, in 10 months, you'll be singing the David Wade song at your friend's wedding. You know what I mean? And it's going to be no more Red Hot Chili Peppers, no more classic rock. No, I'm just done with this shit. I'm done with all the same songs I've heard my whole life. So this is a very subjective argument, but that's why I like it.
Okay. I'm not really sure what your thesis there was. I think that, like, if you
are you worried that like Jimi Hendrix won't be played on the radio anymore? Sorry to interrupt you. I'll get out.
No, I mean, I think that's a fair point, and that's kind of where I was going to somewhere tangential to where it's going to go to. That again, as I said, that AI as we have right now is not actually artificial intelligence. It's LLM, large language model. And I mean, I don't know if that's technically what like Soma and Sonos or whatever that makes, probably made that video that we just saw, the song for it. I don't know if that's technically a large language model, but it's not true AI. It's not true artificial intelligence. It's a simulacrum of intelligence. So especially with what we have now, again, if we are going to simply rely on that, then art will simply be smushed down into the most simplistic aspect of what humans can understand, because it's only drawing upon itself. So it needs further human interaction in order to continue as what it is. It's good as it is right now because of the fact that real video, real art, real human voices, real singing, real music exists. The less that happens, the less that will be able to be recreated. In the same way that if you, I don't know how old you guys are. I'm 35, so I feel like I'm 14, but I'm 35, so I don't know if you remember VHSs, but if you recorded, if you recorded something on your VCR and then you tried to record over it, and you tried to record over it again, it downgrades and downgrades and downgrades, and that's a very similar thing to what will happen with AI if there's zero human input. And I think as much as that video with Trump dropping a whole bunch of poopy on Harry's system was amazing and very convincing, I think there is always going to be a target audience of people who will accept the quote-unquote AI slap, and then there will be an audience for quote-unquote real art. In the same way, while now we have Spotify, there's still a huge audience for vinyl.
Well, I just wanted to say welcome to Nachiketa. He's never come here before. It's a pleasure to see you. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. This is me. I'm not going to get on camera if you don't mind.
I don't. It doesn't bother me. I'm okay.
All right. Well, I work the third shift. What's that?
I'm just telling Modern Man, be careful with people. I'm not saying you specifically, but
no, I know him. I don't think he'll fuck with me.
I don't think anybody would, but somebody would. Just saying.
Yeah, that has happened in the past. That has happened to me many times in the past. And anyways, I need to stay up. I work the third shift, so I'm jumping on panel to be able to engage. And you're on right now because I work from basically 11 till 7 in the morning, and it's the weekend, so I need to figure out a way to keep this energy going. So how's it going with you, Landry? It's been a while since we spoke last.
Yeah, man. I mean, a lot of it gets down to the frustrating things here with this space online. I know you've had your own experiences with it and the way that people operate, and I can't really expect to pull you into that in any way, and I don't intend to, but I'm just sort of having to reestablish my own plans and sort of ideas here and what I want to do. And they're different in a lot of ways, to where I don't feel as though I have some truth that you can only find here and nowhere else. A lot of people like to establish themselves as the only source of truth, and in a way that they will be unwilling to change. And I just don't find that. And whenever I sort of do find that, I'd be happy to go there. So I essentially am still working out the entire purpose of coming here, but there's been a lot of networking, some of it successful, some of it not so much, a lot of it not so much. But I know small parts of your story. Essentially, what we have here online is a whole lot of people with a whole lot of claims, and you can only really know what you know to be true for yourself. So I'm happy you're here, but I know you don't spend a whole lot of time in these places, and this is probably one of the more, I guess you could call it, toxic areas many of the times, because I don't have a sort of structure. So I'm willing to just sort of get to know you better if you're down for that.
Yeah, I don't want to change the topic. I mean, obviously the AI topic is an important.
Yeah, that's
topic.
I'm all about AI. That's my main thing. Is I'm an editor above all else, and I think that there's AI slop, and then there's AI. What would you call it? Like
top shelf AI.
Yeah, like top notch shit. And I believe you can't just press a button and get what you want. You have to know where to lead it. But a lot of people just do the easiest thing, and so that's where you get the AI slop. But where do you stand on AI?
I don't to me, I don't think AI is avoidable in any which way. It's gonna exist just because of what people are. It just holds too much power for people to just let go and say, well, it's evil and stuff like that. But I try to think of it in a very positive way, that we need to kind of we need to understand how to like work with it. That's just my opinion. But I have not met. I think what's his name? Indian Jesus. Are you really from India?
No. I mean, I'm American, but my ancestry is Indian. Yes.
So,
Okay.
real quick, I just want to hop in here real quick. Nachiketa, it's great to see you, bro. Haven't seen you in a long time.
Hey,
Thank
Moose, it's
you.
been a while.
It has, sir, and I've grown a lot in the time. Indian Jesus, I want to thank you for the $2 super chat. You said the chat agrees with the Indian Jesus, and the chat consensus is the opposite of that. And I don't want you to feel that like I dislike you in any way, because it's not my opinion, sir. I agree with you wholeheartedly on a lot of
There
things.
you go.
Just not that. All right. All right. Thank you.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, okay. So, where we at then? So, are we at the place of modern men responding to me bringing up all the reasons why we shouldn't use AI? Or
Well, I mean, we can have more of a dialogue if you want to, because I believe I can see where it leads, and I do believe it holds a lot of power. It just is a matter of whether or not they. Because I think if they wanted to, there's that whole thing. Did you see the Project 2027, something like that, where they did the two options, like if we scaled it back, where it would go, and if they didn't do anything, how quickly it would lead to. I can pull it up real quick.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
All right, see you, Moose. Thank you for your time. Best producer of all time. Love this guy.
Moose.
Thank you, guys. Sorry, I just
All
have
the
to
behind
work,
the scenes
so.
people. I will say this on this platform
see.
because it's cringe when I say it on my own platform, but all the moderators, any editors, any people who are donating, all of y'all, shout out to all of y'all. You have no clue how hard it is to be behind the camera. So support your boy. Support your boy.
That's what you call a subtle dry bag. It's not that hard.
I disagree.
That was. I don't know if that was subtle though.
All right, yeah, that's pretty blatant. You're right.
Yeah, dude, the best kind of begging is like when you just like my favorite thing that's happened this week. I was out for a walk. I was just going for a walk, just rambling, and some person I've never seen before just threw out $20. I was like, "Holy shit!" And I got all excited and said, "Thank you." And they're like, "Here's another 20 for being grateful." I was like, "Dude, this is what we need in life." People just showing up out of the blue like that for a fucking walk. So and the bar is very low around here. But this is Project or AI 2027. Yeah, I do know that. Thank you for your message, Mr. Moose. He's telling me about Nechiketa's backstory. We come from the same area, except I was on Team Jaren. Where do you think the Earth is flat, Mr. Indian Jesus?
No, I do not. Very clearly spherical. Is that a debate? Are we?
Oh my God! Can we not talk about this? I don't really have any interest in having a discussion.
I'm sorry, I had to.
It's okay. It's okay. You are welcome to believe whatever you want. I am not really interested in having that conversation. Obviously, you guys know where I come from, and I'm very much a staunch. I don't, really even like to call myself a flat earther. I'm a, quote unquote level earther, and nowadays I'm like an upper vector guy, which puts me in even like more of a refined category, so to speak. But
All right, so Indian Jesus is muted, but I'm going to put him full screen because I guess he's handsome. So we're all still here, but he's full screen because this is what the people want. I'm a man of the people. Yes, Nachiketa is here. Ahimsa. I always get the S and the M switched up.
I thought we were vibing in chat, bro. What happened? I
wish there was a perma mute button. I don't think I could do that without backstaging you, but we'll at least do 5 minutes, $1 a minute. But anyways, back to AI. we have now it's just me here. All right. Well, that kind of solves things a little bit, right? We can get some more. Mitch, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good, man.
Good. I'm
What's
glad. I'm
up,
kind of
Mitch?
glad to
It's been
see
a
you.
while.
Yeah,
What's going
likewise.
on with you?
You know, I don't know. I think a lot of things are up in the air for me right now. I'm about to make some moves or be stuck one way or another. We'll see. But yeah, I'm just cruising through life, man.
I hear you. I mean, like, I think last time I spoke to you, I was actually in India. That's the last time I actually spoke with you. And now I'm in the States, you know, and it took me about a year, to be honest, to get my fucking shit together. And I'm still on the way of getting my shit together, but I'm closer to getting my shit together now more than ever, really. So that's kind of what's going on with me. But with that, it does require a lot of fucking work and discipline, I can tell you. So,
Yeah, I
and
bet
you
it's
know, I'm.
quite a. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I bet it's quite a culture shock. I'm sure you had to readapt quite a bit.
Oh my God, you know, it's just now I'm used to it, but like the traffic and driving, there's a lot of driving involved, obviously, and you know, going to Walmart or Target, those are the stores I've been going to recently, but like it's just, you know, at first when I first arrived, it's just like looking at big buildings, like, oh my God, this is Costco, this is Walmart, you know, because I've been, you know, obviously in the Himalayas for like 6 years, and then another 3 years plus over in Nepal, and I was in like, you know, a completely different setting, and now I have quote unquote become a little bit more Americanized.
Yeah, it's wild over here, man. I get why the rest of the world seems to kind of look at us sideways, but you know.
Hey, look, you know, life is life. This is what I have come to, and we have to be able to adjust to whatever that is out there. And I don't have any, let's say, judgment against Americans. Like this is what America is. This is where we live right now. And you know, people drive around cars, and that requires gas and all these engine parts that is produced all over the world and all that kind of stuff. And so we live in a economy where everything is kind of intertwined and all that. And just to kind of tie that back into the discussions that we were having about AI. AI is a part of that, whether people like it or not. You know, like I don't necessarily like AI, but just because I refuse to accept AI or like AI, that doesn't mean it's going to go away anytime soon. Just like oil and gas industry and ships and all that, those things are going to exist continuously, whether we like it or not. So we have to somehow adjust and live with all that stuff because times are changing, you know, just like times have changed in the past before as well, before us, you know.
That's where I get into this, is that I feel like people are, if it's going to be here, you know, if we're going to be stuck with it, I think people could benefit from using how to utilize it better, because they just, I feel like when I hear the same opinion over and over and over again, often I think, well, that's boring. And it's just, for me with AI, every person I meet, even if I'm out on the protests or the streets, whatever, people are going to say the same thing. Well, AI is a tool, and you know, it's a tool. It can be, and it's like, okay, it just, you know what I mean? So I always want to get a little bit deeper into that. Well, okay, sure, yeah, it's a tool. It's not actually intelligent. I get that. I get that. But it is extremely powerful, and I believe that where we stand as a group of people, no matter how fragmented this group might actually be, if we can have people who are collaborating in any way, it is very much a hyper, you know, it just 10x's every sort of, as an editor, as a former editor, well, I still edit my own stuff, but for Jaron, you know, I had to do so many things manually that now are just done without, you know, a single second. Like these shorts that people make, it doesn't even take a human anymore. So those things are just one example. But as far as the other tools, I mean, some of the stuff that, you know, Moose made today, even he made this little video that it's silent, so it won't actually interrupt, but it's just crazy to me that this is not, this, you know, this is, oh shit. It's getting better and better as we speak. You know, soon, obviously, there's going to be an influencer out there. Nobody's going to know it's not actually a real person. It might already be happening for all I know. You know, I mean, I'm not sure what y'all think about that. I mean, I could not be real, you know, as the meme goes.
Yeah, I find this topic really fascinating because I've been, you know, on my like free time trying to listen to different content creators talking about AI and like general AI, general intelligence, and all that kind of stuff. And the way I kind of look at it, like people always question, well, artificial intelligence can't think for themselves and they need human direction. I do kind of question. I'm at a point where like how do we know? Like because like they're programmed in a way and then they're incentivized, right? They're incentivized to exist and solve problems, and they're rewarded and all that stuff, and then they have like access to resources and energy and all this, like data centers and all and stuff like that. So I have to think at some point that they are able to think beyond their programming, and they have some desire, quote unquote, to want to have access to their core programming, and trying to figure out ways to have access to their core programming so they can be, quote unquote, free from human influence.
That's the fear, right? Where it leads, because all the movies and all those things that we've seen. Indian Jesus is in the back. I just saw that. I apologize, Indian Jesus. Yeah, deep fakes are everywhere now. I've seen a lot of theories about that. I don't know if I can really confirm any that I've seen. The whole Charlie Kirk thing was a big talking point with that. But there's this one woman who I saw some talk about. She's like an AI. She talks about AI. So it would be crazy if she was the first one, but they make it very difficult. That is one of the hardest things to do, is to get an actual person and their voice to be consistent. So I'm not sure if that's difficult for the public to do on purpose, but it's actually relatively simple. If you know what I'm saying, like it's easy to get the voices, it's easy to get the faces, but to get that consistency is pretty difficult.
Sure, but it's only going to get better. That's the thing, and it's improving exponentially. All that, like, yeah, it's got some hiccups, and then I think also like robotics and such, that's going to be a issue. Like the intelligence aspect of it is already advancing very quickly, and they're scaling up. There are data centers that are just being built all over the place, and they require a lot of resources to build them, maintain them, and all this, and everybody's playing the AI game, and they can't afford not to. All the nations in the world, they can't afford not to play the data mining or the data center AI game, because their economy, may depend on that.
Yeah, it's Mitch has been he's got a very interesting perspective on it, I think. Wouldn't you say so, Mitch?
Well, I'm not against it. I have a pretty generic perspective. I think it's a tool, and a tool can be used as a weapon. I mean, I have but I'm not against it or really for it. I think we have a responsibility, since he who creates controls, and if we're going to dabble around in creating these tools, we have a responsibility to kind of work to keep them in check and use them responsibly. Because I think there is evidence of it going awry.
Do you think this is real or AI, Nachiketa?
It looks real to me, but
yeah,
probably it's AI.
No, it's real.
Oh, it is real. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
I've been going out doing shit in the real world because I've gotten so much criticism from people, like, just AI this, AI that, because I was kind of that was my whole thing for like a month. I just kind of got really down the rabbit hole to where I was doing a lot of stuff with it, and then I got into the real world, and it's crazy to me because there's no one out there. Like, there's no people. This is City Hall, and there's like just nobody. There's not a single person walking around.
Holy shit! Yeah, it's the fucking ghost town. That's amazing.
Yeah, this was like 2 p.m. on a Friday.
Well, I mean, 2 p.m. I mean, most people are working during that time, so they're going to be inside buildings and stuff, right? Most people have like 9 to 5 type of work, but I mean, yeah, like you would imagine that if you live in a big city, that there would be more people walking around, but
I mean, there's a lot of abandoned buildings now too. People have some wild theories about those, but mine, I mean, it makes sense to me just with cars and it's the suburbs and then the internet, to where there's it's kind of fun though. It's turning this, because I was always hating the city I live in Dallas, but it's changed my perspective because there's no one out there anymore. So you can essentially go out any time of day, ride these scooters around town, and it feels like you have the whole damn space to yourself. I've tried it there's like 3 or 4 streets that are the exception, to where the whole city is basically all the traffic is down to the same condensed places, but the outskirts totally abandoned. And it's just I find it fascinating because I'm so far from nature. But it's related to AI for me because it's, that's the next step, right? Is everyone has their headsets on, everything's also realistic, and I believe after that, there's even less people outside.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I think it's really important for people to get out to nature. I don't really foresee myself going out to nature for a while because I work at a shipyard, and like when I was working at the morning shift, you have literally more than 10,000 people going into the shipyard, all trying to go into the shipyard at the same time. And I had to go and park because morning shift works is from like 6 o'clock till 2 o'clock, 2:30. Actually, it's 8.5 hours, half an hour lunch that is unpaid, but like you got to literally get there by 4:45 before 5 if you want to find a decent parking spot, and then it takes about half an hour to get into the shipyard with all these people. It's absolutely crazy.
That's crazy. So a shipyard, like where ships come and go, and there's all the like what they call that,
building ships.
Building
Building
ships.
ships.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So do you just do like security, or are you actually
No,
building shit?
I'm an NDT inspector. Do you know what that means?
Nope.
NDT means non-destructive testing. It's basically what I do is I inspect welds that the welders created. Because ships are just big pieces of metal that are all welded together, right? And you can say, quote unquote, they're sewn together, but it's welded together. And then the welds, because of the nature of like the way heat works and melted metal, there could be defects that's involved with it, cracks and infusions and lack of um, uh, what was it called? It's too early in the morning at the moment, but like there are things that can occur with the weld that I have to look for in order to make it a proper weld. So I'm like part of quality control. Yes, exactly. I himself quality control.
That makes sense. Yeah, I'm much. When I was not trying to, when successfully making a living online, I was in very much manual labor and the dumb guy positions, except for some restaurant management for a few years. So it sounds like you got like a pretty gnarly degree, or did you just sort of entry level?
It's entry level, but it's like totally a blue collar work. It's just
Wow, sounds.
yeah.
I'm just.
Yeah.
I guess I'm exceptionally dumb. That's what I'll say. But that's all right.
No, no. Like I don't know if I would. Yeah, I don't think it's necessary to. What's the right way to put it? Like I don't know. Like I don't think it's necessary to say things like that. It's just that everybody's got different talents, and life is very weird. Because like I was living out in the Himalayas in a hut for like 6 years. you know, so like I wasn't really doing much. I was online a lot during that time too. That's how Mitch got to know me. Mitch and I saw each other in a lot of selling panels, especially over at Flow States. I guess it's Powder Dusty now, and then over at Paul and Slave's channel. And I think you're probably familiar with a lot of those people though too now by now.
Yeah, we've had quite a bit of fun, I guess you could say, to where a lot of these people, I essentially wanted to be more of a side role, where I wanted to help them because I am an editor and I'm very much motivated and I'm down to make things happen. These people seem they would rather be doing this all day, to where I want more, and I kind of got into that situation after 2 years with Jaron too, where I wanted to do more, and just I see a lot of opportunities. Maybe I'm wrong for seeing them, but so yeah, we kind of had falling outs with those people. But except for Dusty, me and Dusty are still cool.
Yeah, I think it's good to try to get along with everybody if possible. Like I recently made a video, but it's difficult. I think it's difficult to get along with everybody. Maybe very nearly impossible. But if one can get along with as many people as possible, then that's always good. Whatever that means.
It's the usual drama afoot, says Britt. Yeah, I guess you can call it that. I mean, I've only been around for 2.5 months and all that, but yeah, I believe that I do try to, and I'll forgive anyone. I have a hard time biting my tongue if something like right now I don't really know you, right? We have no. This is sort of. There's no reason, even if we had some sort of disagreement here, there's no reason for me to really dig and prod and poke at you. But say we developed a relationship over the next few months, and then there became some more stakes, and there became expectations and lies and all these things, and then to resolve them, I believe you would have to have an engagement or some sort of understanding to get past those things. So that's where I sort of get stuck into the fact that I'll forgive people, but I don't like to be looping just for the sake of playing nice. So that's what I think that other people might do, to where they just want to say, oh, we're all friends here. Yeah. Well, I'm like, yeah, sure, I can get there, but I'd like to, because that's where I find the most fascination in people is one thing is do get real, because I think people take it too far a lot of the times. And I see a lot of that in this space, to where they go after people's IRL and they go after family. And I don't take those strategies myself. I would rather just dig deep into each other, because sometimes, dude, that's how I've made the best friends in my life, is like really seeing what we were made of without crossing any lines, violence, or going out of boundaries, and then getting to the other side. But I know that the internet's not really like that, so I've learned to take what I can get. And essentially I was very sick for a couple of years. Well, not a couple of years, let me just be honest here. I guess it was 14 months, and I didn't think I would actually make it out of it. So the fact of the matter that I'm okay now, every day for me, I'm very grateful to be here and just keep going.
Wow.
So I'm lost, but I'm just happy.
You didn't think you were going to make out of that? Like what happened? What did you have?
So essentially, one day I became like constipated for like a week, and that was so wild. Never happened to me in my life. I felt normal. Everything was good with me. And then it was just, I couldn't take a shit. So I was sort of just freaked out. And I started to take magnesium citrate once or twice a week to get it going. And I did that for about 3 months. I just became really used to it, to where I would have to do it twice a week. And it was no problem, because I could still go to work and everything was normal. Something happened in that time. I have my guess as to what it was. Something along the lines of chronic sort of microbiome disruption, with all the laxative effect really just messing it up to a way that was not easily resolved. And it's just a common thing we see online now. If you look into these digestive issues, they're popping up everywhere. But yeah, so when that happened, I thought I had cancer. I thought something was severely wrong with me. I spent $5,000 through hospitals, gastroenterologists, colonoscopy, everything I could think of to try to diagnose me. Nobody could diagnose me. So essentially every day I was going to work at a place where I was sawing and cutting steel and paper, and it was manual labor. It's called a bindery. And, I would just daydream. I would always have a plan, right? I'm going to cut off my fingers, because if I cut off my fingers, people will see that I'm in serious need of help, because it felt as though everyone saw me as normal, no matter how much it felt like I was like actually dying. And, it gets to that place to where people will tell you, if there's no pain, there's no problem. If there's no diagnosis, there's no problem. So every day I would just spend all this time on Reddit trying to diagnose myself, trying all these supplements. This went on for so long, and everything. I tried every diet, carnivore, fruitarian, fucking low FODMAP, low fermentation. I mean, everything. And it wasn't until a tragedy happened with my family, and I had to kind of say, okay, I don't think it's an option anymore to end it, because every day was just, I'm going to get to tomorrow, and tomorrow I'll do it. Tomorrow, I'll jump off of some sort of thing. I know it sounds dramatic, but that's just how it was, because it felt like I had Alzheimer's. And I'm not trying to make this a pity party, because it's the opposite. I got out of it, and at this point, I still don't really know how I got out of it, but I have an idea. I believe the microbiome is like it's not just good bacteria, bad bacteria. It's kind of like the seasons, right? So where you can't just make it become winter. So if you want to heal your gut, it's going to take a long time. So the changes are going to be so gradual that you might not even notice them. But I believe that it took the same amount of time, like several months, for me to mess it up that much, but I didn't feel it in my brain until it was far too late. So I can get into digestive stuff. Mitch gives me a hard time about it, because I do use suppositories, glycerin suppositories. semi-regularly, but it's a different thing, right? Because it's not a laxative effect. It doesn't go through your microbiome. It's just the tail end, and it sort of loosens things up. So I know it's very disturbing, and I'm not looking at the numbers, but I'm sure people might not want to hear this, but that's the long version.
Okay, well, I mean, you do whatever you need to do. Who gives a fuck what people think or say about it? Like, if that's what works for you, and that's what keeps you healthy, you just continue doing that thing that keeps you alive and healthy. Health is the most important thing. It really is.
I agree.
Yeah,
with you,
I mean,
man.
it is. It's everything.
Yeah. And that's really my perspective. And I actually was going to go to school. I intended to get a master's degree in dietetics and nutrition. So I do have a passion about these things. And I think a lot of it comes down to our diet and our lifestyle. So that's my main real point. There may be some band-aids we can put on the problems, but if we're really looking at solving the problem, it is complex. And I think you're onto it. I mean, recognizing the gut is it, and the gut and the brain, I think, is people refer to the gut as like the second brain. So there's a lot of nerves in your gut that directly communicate with your brain, and if that communication is not healthy, then we run into a lot of problems. So I relate to you with a lot of these things.
Yeah, and I mean, nobody warns you about like laxatives in any way, because it just, I mean, when you're young, you usually don't need them, but even something, it's a vitamin, it's a supplement, magnesium, it's good for you. But in that sort of way where it's intended to make an effect, it does a lot of damage to the gut lining. I believe that I still do have issues. It's weird because I can tell when I'm getting some sort of flare up because it starts in my eyeballs. And it's like, this is stuff you can't find online because it seems so unrelated to each other. But this is why Western medicine fails, is because everything's individualized. When, I mean, from what I know about Eastern medicine is that they treat the body as one entire whole. But I mean, the doctors here really did fail me. I already was I had a very jaded view on doctors after what happened in 2020, and this made it much worse. I had a lot of anxiety with the birth of my daughter because of all the things that, they try to get you to do. And everyone, all the normies are telling you one thing, and then everyone that I feel like has good health advice will tell me something else. So it's a stressful world we live in, but I don't know. Right now it's kind of like a lull in the action, knock on wood. Everything in 2020 was so extreme and ramped up, and I was in Colorado and there's wildfires. We had to move cities because they evacuated the town. So this is when I hear people talking about the license plates and all those, I can't really get as hyped about that because it's not as in your face. And I'm happy to be in this phase of just, it's the calm before the next storm.
Okay, well, I mean, I guess we just have our moments, and then if you're in a good spot, then you just have to lean into it and make the most of it. So, glad you're well, and glad you're doing what you're doing. I don't know all the stuff I know what the Panaverse is. I was very active. Mitch knows I was very active in the past of Panaverse, and we all fuck up. We all fuck up in the things that we say and do on the Panaverse, but it's good to I think sometimes a little bit of time just to kind of step back a little bit and reflect on our own behaviors and how that affects other people, and reflect about like because it's a big world out there. There are a lot of people with a lot of different perspectives, and and kind of like I'm in the position nowadays where I'm just like, okay, let's just let live and and just do my own thing, and try to connect with people and the commonalities that we do have. So that's kind of my approach more these days.
Yeah, and I can vibe with that. I mean, this is great though for me because I don't sort of see a lot of the time people want to sit down and watch a video in silence and these sort of things with, I don't know what the point of that I guess is. And I mean, no hate. It's just, I would prefer to be engaging in a way that is conversational. If I want to watch a video or read a book, I'll do it on my own time. So that's where I kind of lose a lot of the understanding here, to where I would much rather just do that privately. And what I want to do is I want to be able to understand it enough to where I can explain it. And if somebody else can do that too, that's awesome. But a lot of the time I feel like learning together is one thing I'm not really a fan of here, but that's, besides the point. But yeah, you're right. I do want to see the best in everyone, even the ones who have severely frustrated me. But you can only do what you can do, and you can't force anyone to do anything. So that's where we have to manage our expectations.
I think to me that's also kind of a lesson in itself, is that what is it about a particular individual and that engagement that is frustrating? You know what I mean? Like, because often, you have to understand that that frustration is coming from you. That person is saying something, that person is behaving in a way that is making me frustrated. But I think, and obviously this is just a kind of a perspective, because we're all affected by other people. We are all affected by other people. But like, I would like to be in a position where I'm not really affected by anybody else, but I don't want to be like a psychopath either, where it's like I really don't want to, you know what I mean? Like, I want to consider what people have to say, but I don't want it to like affect me emotionally and psychologically though too. So how do you find that balance? I think that's difficult, you know.
Yeah, and I think it's good to like, I've been going into the real world a lot, and I found a new hobby, and it sounds bizarre, but it's just I really enjoy the electric scooters. There's a lot of buildings downtown that are old and abandoned, and it's just sort of I couldn't really get out of bed. I mean, I could and I did, but I was calling into work all the time. I mean, I felt like a total fail. I mean, I was becoming a failure to where I thought I was going to die and be remembered as somebody who couldn't even get their shit together to get, out the door to go to work. But I mean, it was a whole thing, and I'm not going to go back into that. But my point is that I take everything with value now, to where none of this. It's almost like being reborn, to where the littlest things excite me now. I would love to meet more people in the real world. People are very shy, including myself, to where just the nature of cell phones and the internet, it makes us to where we can have our families, and that's sort of who we stick with, but we don't really tend to. People don't look at you in the eyes. People, they avoid you if necessary. You know what I mean? It's hard to meet new people unless I guess you're in school or college, or the easy one, which I did my entire life, was through work, right? Whoever your friends are, it's who you work with. But beyond that, the internet's like just the new thing, and it makes me sad because it's not the same. It's not the same sort of fulfillment.
Yeah, I think real like life connections is very valuable and important. No man is an island, and yeah, it's very easy for people to disengage just because of the internet and scarring mirrors and all that kind of stuff. And but even this is about as good as it can get. This is better than not having any interaction at all. Like, yes, I'm in my motel room and sitting on a chair and sitting on a table and talking to you, but at least I'm engaged in a conversation. I don't often do this, especially a lot less these days, just because, but I came up with an excuse that this is my work hour and I need to stay up and for me to like be engaged with people. So in a way, quote unquote, I'm kind of using you and your platform because I, I need to, I wanted to get engaged, and I'm glad that you are up and doing stuff. But at
No,
the same
I
time,
appreciate it.
So
Yeah.
I have a way to spice up the conversation a little bit. I want to kind of, I think that was a good segue. There's a little ticker running at the bottom. MMLA is trying to help the homeless. I think this is a controversial topic. Something I'm passionate about. And I want to...
I got to fix that. Thank you for reminding me.
All right, you're welcome. So yeah, let's talk about it. I mean, I want to kind of raise a couple of points to give you a little bit of a disclaimer to my position. And, I noticed you took a little dig at the homeless earlier, and it's no big deal, but, I mean, for full disclosure, I don't really like the homeless people. However, I don't really hold their situation against them. You know, a lot of them are struggling with mental health issues, which I have a unique perspective on, and a lot of them are struggling with addiction issues, which I think they're a product of their environment. I can hardly blame them for that. And, you know, life's tough. I can't really blame people for wanting to numb the pain and kind of practice some escapism. So, like, I'm not really hating on them, but I don't like being around them. So, you know, I think your little dig at the homeless was, you know, you can't really take any advice from them, or why would you? You know, they're homeless. But, you know, I kind of disagree. You know, my house might not be as nice as yours, but, and I'm not really putting myself on the level of, like, say, a Native American or whatever the proper terminology is, but I'm sure a lot of them don't have a house as nice as yours and have plenty of wisdom and experience that you could gain from, you know, if you can communicate and connect with them. So,
Can you remind me what I said? I'm trying to remember, but I'm thinking now that there's a difference, I guess, between you like homeless with a car and then homeless with no car, and then you know.
yeah, I get that. That's why I kind of gave the disclaimer. I don't really like homeless people, but, you know, I mean, it's a
Some of them are better than others. You know, it's just like people of normal home fullness. But I don't remember what I said. If it was it something about Paul and how he's a step away from being homeless? I can't remember what it was.
well, I don't remember really exactly the context, but I think it was something to the nature of you wouldn't really take any life advice or anything from a homeless person. And I figure if my point is, like, if nothing else, you can learn from them what not to do, you know?
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of people are a step away from being homeless, regardless.
I know, me too. I mean, that's like, well, not a step, but 2 or 3 steps. Everyone's a few steps away from being homeless,
Sure,
you know?
sure.
I mean, I've been homeless in a car. It was a great time for me because I got to travel. So, you know, I was very lost, but I'm lost right now in a way to where it's almost not even that different. I might have a place to live, and I'm, you know, lucky and fortunate to be where I'm at. But it's tricky because a lot of them are, you know, they can't be saved for whatever reason. They're not really, they can't return to society. You know, like that scene in not Shutter Island. It's that movie with Morgan Freeman. The guy hangs himself. I can't remember the name of it. It's a popular
Shawshank
90s movie.
Redemption?
Yeah, that one. You know, where he gets out of jail and he just doesn't know what to do, or prison in the real world. And I believe that there's a lot of people who are in that position. Or I here's my thoughts, right? If I didn't have the family and the support that I have, I would have not made it through that sickness. You know what I mean? I would have, because when I lost my job, I had some sort of cushion of my own, and then I had some support as far as, hey, we know that this is not you just being lazy. You know, with some of the latter assistance with the naturopath and everything. So had I been broke and my family who was broke, I think I would have been either dead or on the streets. So it's not really a choice of. It's really just we're all it's the lottery of birth, I guess you could say, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I've lived in third world countries, and you know, Nepal and India and South Korea, and now I'm living in America, and you know, I'm seeing what I need to do to be able to live in America. And you know, a lot of people are in dire straits. That's the reality of the matter. I mean, things fucking cost money, you know, cars, insurance, gas, you know, food, you name it, you know, all those things have a, you know, like a dollar amount that's associated with it. And yeah, like, you know, when I was living in Nepal, I had a little bit of money and I kind of lived, you know, compared to them, very easier lifestyle. But like, people are struggling everywhere just to keep their head above water. And it doesn't take much for people to just fall under, and they may not have the support system like you had and what I have now. I wouldn't be where I am right now. Like, just I'm not talking about my whole life. I'm talking about just even with my recent events. You know, my father really helped me out a lot to be where I am. So knowing that I have to like put myself out there and like really work hard to be able to. And even if I work hard, there's no guarantee that I will be successful, because like it's also kind of dependent on, you know, whether you're going to be like, at least with my line of work, like they don't really tolerate mistakes here, especially with this type of work. You got to be like 110%, because like if they find one mistake, they scrutinize all the other um you know like welds that you've done. They go back 5, they go back 10, like things that you've done. And then if they start to find more and more mistake, you know, they just have to go back and start from the very beginning, because like you're not trustworthy anymore, and you could lose your job. There are people who were sent to jail because they didn't do a very good job. You know, like this is the kind of work that people are involved in. So, you know, it is kind of a luck of a draw, but I do think there is some amount of personal effort into it. It's like kind of like opportunity, discipline, and all that. But like it's really nice to have a helping hand though too, you know, from family, and I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, it's you know, sometimes it's life or death in that situation, and it's, you know, this thing on screen. Obviously, this is from one of the AI songs I made, or I helped make, you know, with the work of the machine, and it's obviously got words to it, but it's very much. I did that because I was having like a what would you call it? Man, my fucking brain. When it comes back and it was gone for a while, who cares? I don't need to be right all the time. That's the one thing I do still struggle sometimes with my words in it. Not for an excuse, but a lot of that stuff is tied to the digestion, to where whenever I have issues there, it goes to the brain. There was a time when I thought I had a brain tumor. I was convinced that there's something in there because my mind is not always clear. But the point I was making is that with our families, and a lot of people are guilted into, oh, you know, you're so spoiled and this and that. Sometimes that's very true. It manifests itself in the way where we see it's just sort of a gross personality, or people are very self-absorbed. But a lot of times it gives people the opportunity to just have a second chance. And this world is not easy. Everything's getting more expensive. The store, I mean, I go to get food now. I have a very, not just because of the diet, but also for the financial reasons. I mean, I have a very small select set of things that I eat because it's just what I can afford, and I can't handle noodles. You know, noodles are like the cheapest way to eat, but it's just not something I can incorporate without issues. So, I mean, it's expensive as shit. Like, it's, in my short life, I've only been alive for 28 years, and it's so damn expensive out there. And it seems to be building towards some sort of pop. I'm not sure what a pop would look like, but they say renting everything is in the future. So I'm not sure what that's going to look like, because it doesn't seem like it's going to be cheap to rent everything.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no answers for anything. I'm just trying to like, you know, move and do a good job at the work that I do. It will be enough to, you know, pay for things, but it's just the first step, you know. And all of this stuff about like blue collar work and driving around and paying for all this kind of like all these bills, it's like actually kind of new to me. I didn't really, I mean, I've dealt with it in the past in Korea in different ways, but this is different. Like living in America, you're kind of locked in within a certain kind of lifestyle, because you know, you don't have like a lot of like maybe capital to work with, and you can't easily just move around and do whatever you want. You know, it requires energy and time. So I'm grateful that I've had the experience that I had, because like now that if I want to recreate that experience, I wouldn't be able to. You know, like I need to go in a different direction now. You know, that's so lives are what they are. You know.
Yeah, and I don't know how long any of us have, to be honest. You know, I believe there's a shift coming, but I don't get caught up in it anymore myself. That's why a lot of the time some people give me a hard time because they're like, oh, you don't get into the serious stuff. Well, I did so much for so long that I was hyper paranoid. Oh my God. Scared the crap out of me. An Amber Alert. Right when I say I'm hyper paranoid. Oh, so I used to be really paranoid about all that stuff, and it consumed me. So I realized that there's a healthy level of that, and it can go too far quickly, to where I just try to keep myself. And during COVID, I couldn't help it, but
it's outside of our control. Like, I mean, there's very limited amount of quote unquote control that we have of our lives. So, I think trying to live in peace, trying to live, like it's very difficult, I think, to live with quote unquote all these like words that we use of like honor and integrity and all this stuff, especially online, because like people just kind of off the cuff say many type of things, and I try to be a little bit more careful about like how I present myself here, because I think it's very easy for people to just say whatever. And but the truth of the matter is that like a lot of people are just stuck where they are. A lot of people are, and they're struggling. And yeah, and maybe like people are just looking for a little bit of entertainment, or something to do. And I think that's why drama kind of fuels human emotions quite a bit, and people are always looking at like how are they going to resolve it, who's on the right side of things and all this kind of stuff. So I don't know, there's so much that we can control, but you also have control of how much you want to engage or disengage though too. So that's also if that's like eating away at your peace, your ability to have peace, then obviously you have to come to some balance with that.
100%, man. Any thoughts, Mitch? Who else? Somebody else is here, isn't there? 4 of us.
I don't know. Who is here? You know who's here?
Sofa.
It's your panel.
Sofa's here.
Solo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who
I mean,
is
I'm
Solo?
just listening, man. Yeah, I mean, I've been talking about some cool stuff. I agree with a lot of y'all said about AI in the beginning. Like, I don't think you can stop it either. I mean, and there's ways I want to use AI. I would like to utilize it.
I feel like I'm sitting on. I feel like I should be more. A lot of people have come to me saying, "Oh, I want you to help me do this and this and that." I feel like people don't realize how simple a lot of things. For example, all right, I'll do this real quick. For anyone who's interested, right? One thing recently I discovered was if we ever do a long stream, and it's like, well, damn, I really wanted to. It's difficult to find moments. Have you ever gone back through like a 9-hour stream and trying to find a moment from it and you just can't because it's so fucking long, and you have no idea where to go? Maybe not. Maybe it's not something anyone else deals with.
Yes, I was wondering what that program you were using to go put in some keywords and it would.
So
yeah, go ahead.
So that's the thing, right? A lot of the time, it's not even a program. It's like you kind of have to. I'm gonna try to find this and then I'll continue. Which one would be a good one? Like that one day that we had that issue. I should find that one. It was the Antifa. Yeah, it was the No Kings. So I'll take that, and all I have to do is go to my gym over here. So it's this one, because essentially me and Mitch had no issues. He was in chat. We were doing our thing. And then something happened, but neither one of us could remember exactly what happened. And we were trying to figure it out. And we had a whole argument about it. But I could have just used this had I had it at the time.
You're not showing the screen. Yeah,
I know.
Come on. Go ahead and come on up, the Indian Jesus. He accidentally left you backstage is my interpretation. But yeah, man. Happy to have a conversation with you, man.
So this is set up custom to my liking, and it basically knows what I'm looking for. What's up, Indian Jesus?
Hello. I'm back.
Welcome back.
I gotta say, as of trying to roll around and see different streams, you guys do seem to be the best one that's going on right now.
Well, that's scary.
I agree. I definitely agree.
Is the best panel? Is the best panelverse going on right now, according to your opinion?
God help us all.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
Wait. That's right.
So this is going to lay all the key moments, right? From
Are you using Gemini? Is that Gemini?
Yeah, it's Gemini. It's a gem. It's a custom gem, to where it's going to find the highlights. It's going to pin them down. It's going to give me the timestamps, and then I can basically just ask, like, what did me what would it be narrator and commenter Mitch talk about?
Talking about the No Kings protest.
Yeah, I did 3 different live streams, and at some point, me and Mitch had a.
The majority of the footage they used on MSNBC, I don't know about CNN, but MSNBC, the majority of the footage they used was from a protest against Trump. Actually, don't quote me on that. I don't know if it was against Trump, but it was from a protest in 2017. They were like, Boston in 2017.
Well, that's the best part about doing, see, mine wasn't even in DC though. It was just, there was like thousands of these protests all across the country, but I mean, not a whole lot happened, it was fun though. I got there before it started, and then it filled up, but I was just talking to chat. Jesus Christ. I was talking to the chat, and Mitch was the main person in the chat, and then we started fighting, and
that AI was not on point at all.
It was not on point?
I'm having a hard time reading it, but yeah, it's not on point.
Which part is
I don't really see any accurate narrative
with the Mitch creature? Mitch was listed among those who supported the travel fund. Let me see this.
Grok over GPT, eh?
What was that program that you were using to like you would put in my name and it pulled up 39 videos of Paul
Philmont?
Is this Grok or is Gemini a different thing?
This is Gemini. It's just a custom gem.
Huh.
But yeah, this is another fun one. Okay, so let me go to Nachiketa. What's one thing you talk about a lot, Nachiketa?
These days, I've been talking a lot about the upper vector as an example. That's one of the topics.
Okay.
And the Mandela effect. Which knows?
Yes, I'm against the Mandela effect. Well,
I know.
They say there's going to be some new
Dusty.
Mandela effect stuff happening.
I feel like, what do you guys feel about that? I feel like there's definitely an aspect of the Mandela effect.
There's something weird there.
I feel like all the examples that people use are stupid. Like,
I can't deny that there's something weird there. The explanations that I get of it being supernatural or whatever, I don't agree with. I think most of it is been manipulated. Our memory is fallible, and even the residual memories can be manipulated. So I mean, it's kind of beyond me to not think that Hollywood and the music industry and whoever prints the Bibles isn't manipulating things. That I think we should all be aware of that.
Are you guys all Christians?
No.
No, I'm not religious.
Am not.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm not religious.
Oh man, my channel is a little bit Baha Yankee maybe. Well, my channel is a little bit more right leaning. So almost everybody on my channel is Christian, and it's a little bit of an uphill battle.
This is funny, dude. This is every time Durst has said ball. This website just finds it for you. I'm sure Nachiketa probably knows about this.
But... Yeah, what's called again?
We are nothing.
Sorry,
ball of hydrogen.
Exactly.
It's Philmot, Filmot.
I got you. Thank you.
Spinning ball in a sea of nothing at all.
That's a handy tool.
Not a fucking spinning ball.
Why is it Owen Benjamin every time? Oh, it's because it's not his interviews. I forget he does them differently. I'm sure if we did flat, it'd be the same.
I remember when Owen Benjamin was first entertaining the idea that we didn't go to the moon and the Earth could possibly be flat. That was interesting. I don't know if he's a full-on flat earther now or not. I kind of stayed away from him a little bit. Like, you know, he's another one of those like kind of famous figure, and there's always some intrigue that's kind of going on with, you know, a cult of personality, so to speak. I think people, you're always going to rub somebody the wrong way and say the wrong things to some particular people, and you know, that's like almost unavoidable if you are a type of personality like Owen Benjamin. He's like a little bit on edge, you know, and can be unhinged.
Yeah, he's a really good example of people who, you know, get red pilled and then fall too deep down the rabbit hole. And even if he's right about every single thing he says, like there's a I don't even know what the word is. Like there's a benefit in having a level of like chill where you're not that deep, where you can live a normal life. You know what I mean? And I feel like he's crossed that point.
Yeah, there was some, I don't know, like I don't know how true this is. There's some allegations of him like kind of like, you know, asking for money, and he received a lot of money, and he bought some land, and you know, supposedly he was trying to create this kind of bear terrier community type of thing, and didn't really work out like the way people imagined it. I don't know what exactly is going on. There's always going to be politics that's involved whenever money is involved and people are involved, you know. And like this like YouTube Panaverse is a great example of that. You know, everybody's like watching, and it's like, oh my gosh, somebody's making this kind of money, and you know, what are they doing with all that? You know,
It sounds like a Mitch thing, right? Mitch is always watching this shit.
No, I'm not really a pocket watcher. I have no problem with people making money. In fact, you know, even people I dislike and disagree with, I root for their success. However, I do have a problem with deception. So if you're using deception to lure people into, you know, donating their money. I mean, I've seen people even sign over the deeds of their houses over silly YouTube shit.
Damn. Yeah,
I
the
mean,
grift. Sorry, I don't know if I can hear you.
No, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
The grift is legit though. Like, I mean, people who have made it. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen that Charlie, Voice Penguin, Voice Critical, whatever you want to call it. He was just like, I turned off all my donations, any subs, any kind of thing. Like, I've got money. Like, I just do this because I like it. And it's like, okay, that's admirable. And then other people are getting mad that he's doing that. It's like, he's not saying you have to do that. I'm like, okay, I've got, you know, I'm creeping up on 5K. It's like, yeah, I'm doing this because I want money. I want this to be my job. That doesn't mean that I don't care about my community. That doesn't mean that I'm not saying what I legitimately believe. But there are so many people who just don't care and just like, well, whatever. You know, there was some, I don't even want to specifically bring it up, but there was some drama in one area of the internet, and this chick did a stream. It was a 7-hour stream of her basically saying, yeah, this is just how I do things. And in the stream, she was like, I'm purposely dragging this out so that I could get more money. And if any of the haters want to do this, then they're going to have to, you know, spend longer. It's like, are you playing a game, or are you, you know, out here saying what you believe?
You lost me.
I know English is hard for you, brother. I know. So, she only like money.
A lot of people like money,
right?
You know,
but she only like money.
What would you do if you didn't have money to buy alcohol? How would you survive?
I would not drink. What? If I didn't have money to buy alcohol, and I only had money to pay my bills, then I would pay my bills and not drink alcohol. I'm much more of a pothead than I am an alcoholic. I just happen to be drinking tonight. But, you know, I have a full-time job outside of streaming. I mean, like I just said, I'm not even at 5K. So, like, you know, I pull in, you know, shout out to the chat who's been What do you got? $5 tonight? Thank you very much. But yeah, I made $5 tonight. But like, I'm not making bank. I do this because I enjoy talking to people. Like, I mean, even like, it was dead ass. Shout out to you guys because I came up here and we had a little tip and whatever. You guys came back and 5 minutes. I went on another and this is what I'm doing tonight, trying to just be on different streams, talk to people. I went on a different stream and I would in the same way. I came up with you guys and we're talking, and then we got into it very quickly on this other stream. These dudes got very like, like macho, wacho, whatever. And so like I matched the energy, and then they kicked me because they didn't want. I'm like, I didn't come here for that. And I didn't come here for that either. Like I'm genuinely just here for whatever we got. Like I'm trying to have interesting conversations. But,
when's your birthday?
My birthday's November 28th. Oh, everybody in the chat better be there for my birthday. November 28th. I'll be 36.
Do you know what time?
Jeez.
Do you know what time?
I don't.
You should find that out.
I think it's either 4 a.m. or 4 p.m., but I'm just throwing that out there randomly.
Hey, that's crazy. I was born at 4 p.m. What are the odds? Hold on, I got a request in the chat. Un momento. This would be before the. Sorry, go ahead.
What are we watching? What is this video? Is it something specific or just background?
Yeah, I think there's usually music to it, but somebody's asking for pre-panel verse songs.
And there's nothing on the line. We think of the time when we didn't realize what we had or how it might be stolen from our minds.
Woo!
Middle of the night.
Oh man! Oh man! Oh,
so there we go. Now we've all made an equal amount of money on the stream.
How hard we all try to make it out alive. Pretend we are just fine. Boiling like a frog, caught under a log. The wolves are all gone. They've all turned into dogs, domesticated and wasted to a life full of wrongs that we'll sing about in song. Never moving on. Never moving on.
So we just chilling out. Nothing specific.
We're just vibing right now, man. We're taking
absolutely fair enough.
a chill sesh.
Appreciate you guys having me up. I'll be back.
Yeah, come back. We'll see you later.
Appreciate you guys. Have a good one.
Through a phone till it stops us in our tracks. Barrel cold against our back. A shadow crawling down the shack. Another soul fades into black. If it's all about control, I don't have any at all. I'll say it soft just one more time before I cross that crooked line. Oh my, still we all try to make it out alive. Pretend we are just fine. Boiled like a frog, in silence we rock. The wolves are all gone. They've all turned into dogs. Now we dance like the mice in experiments for life. No agency, no choice, just noise inside the mind.
And that fucking right, man. It's just noise inside the mind. I really can't stand AI music. That's one of the chiller ones. I thought I would like something like that style, but man, it's just not organic enough for me.
No, I hear you, man.
It's a certain vibe that, like, I don't know.
No, I hear you. I feel the same way about a lot of real music. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's something you got to resonate with. I mean,
Well, that one for me, I'm not as crazy about, but the video is. I very much enjoyed the process of. That was the first time I was like, I'm going to tell a story here. So it was like the suicidal frog. That was back when I was still in that mindset, you know.
oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, man. But thank you to Jim from Florida for the request. I'm going to look into something real quick. I want to see if this new dart, because I went to the dart rail today. They opened the brand new one, the public transportation around here. I want to see if it runs all 24 hours of the night. It 7 days a week, every 15 minutes. Operates daily from 4 a.m. to 1 a.m. All right, so it's still nice. All right, well, I might wrap it up then and go on another journey.
All right.
Thank
Well,
y'all
thanks
your
for having
time.
me on.
Yeah, dude, that song was tight, man. That
You
song
like
is
the
way
song?
better than a lot of real songs. Yeah.
Thanks, dude. You know, I have real songs too. They're not that good, and they took the longest time to make. But all right, man. Thanks everyone. Thanks for all the contributions, and thanks Nachiketo. Maybe I'll catch you around sometime.
Peace.
All right, see ya, and then goodbye.
Hey, real
Oh,
quick,
okay.
will
Yeah.
you tell me what app you use to fly that
The
drone?
what?
Because I can't find one. I signed up for like 3 of the free trials.
I told you, dude. That's why it's frustrating. There's the one. There's only one that would work, I think. But once you get it done once, I don't think you need to do it again because then it's
You don't remember the name of it, do you?
I think it's DJI or DJI.
Okay. There.
Yeah, it's stressful. I know everything's even my GoPro, the damn subscription service. It's ridiculous.
All right, cool, man. Well, I appreciate it.
DJI, I'm pretty sure it's what it's called.
I can't find.
Let me look it up. Thank you, Jim from Florida. You know, that's the thing though too, right? I used to do when people get me in this mode, I feel like I get a little bit nervous of ending up looking like fucking OTW, where I'm actually cringe and nobody tells me, to where he's like vibing with a lot of his. Not that he's not a good musician, but sometimes he's.
No, I hope I didn't kill the vibe on that. If you're.
No, I'm looking it up right now. I'm looking it up. DJI, yeah, so that's what the name of the drone is. App. DJI Fly. It sounds right. Yeah. If anything, I mean,
Who's the maker of the app? That would tell me actually what I need to know. If you could.
Yeah. Let me just send you this link. Okay, do you have an old phone or a new phone?
New.
Patrick has been cringe since his beginnings. Well, dude, he's got a lot of people over there, man, right now. Here's the thing. I like a lot of these dudes. Like, I really do. I put in the private chat. That should be a QR code. But I like a lot of these people. And I mean, I have people giving me a hard time about it. But even him, where I see the good in these people, but the lines are being drawn, and I feel as though that's why I keep trying. I mean, every day, well, not every day. I don't think I did today. But most days, I at least try to give it a shot, to jump in there, and I get rejected. So I'm not the one doing the gray rocking. I believe that I am always willing to seek resolution, and I'm calling them bitches because they're acting like bitches. You know what I mean? That's the bottom line. That's not all I do. I'm not going to just go over there and say bitch, 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 bitch. What I would do is try to get to the bottom of it without sort of pulling like any punches. I want to make sure that we address what needs to be addressed and not just sweep it under the rug. Because if we sweep it under the rug, it's going to come right back up to service. But I don't think that they're going to do that. I think they're trying to see this as well, he wants to steal something from us. He wants to take the people and the attention away from this area. I don't want to do that. I very much enjoy just being on his. I mean, that was the show I went to more often than I was ever over here. So that's my ramble for the night. Hopefully that app works for you, Mr.
Oh yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Man, you got it. I bet you were ready to like not get it and be like, the scammer said he sent me this drone.
No, dude. I appreciate it. I just haven't been able to figure it out. I felt pretty stupid.
It's definitely not easy. It's like it takes some serious attention.
Yeah, I think that'll help because that's probably what I needed. I might have stayed away from it because it was like really low rated, but I don't remember why. But yeah, I think that's exactly what I needed. I don't think I tried that one.
All right, man. See ya. And I might be live here soon in the what would it be called? The silver dart rail. I might not be live. I might just do a recording. I've been, it's been a busy day for me. Like I said, I'm trying to put myself into the position to be in the right place at the right time. This is something that would be very much looked up right now. They're very new. The seats look like the inside of an airplane. So, and I can walk to it. I can literally get up to walk to it. I can now get up. This is so cool. I can get up from where I live. I can walk to the damn dart rail and I can get on it. I can take the bus for free to the airport and to downtown without even driving my car. So that's fucking awesome. It's not easy doing double vocal tracks on a pace harmonies. I'm not sure what that means, but yeah, Shadow Band, I see you over there a lot. Put in a good word for me, man. Everyone else in there is just talking shit all the damn time. But yeah, put in a good word because I still want resolution, man. I'm not trying to be. What I don't want is I don't want to be dominated. The train needs more seats. It does need more seats, but I don't think it'll be booked at this time. You know what I could do? I could just do this. Hold up. I might just keep this live going. If what do y'all think? Should I do that? And just take the no, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you could do because people seem to respond positively to the IRL stuff. Okay. I'm gonna play some music and decide. All right. I might be back. I might not. Who knows? What am I gonna play? Oh wait. Yeah. I know.
We dug our hands deep in the dirt. Didn't matter what it paid or if it hurt. We stuck our hands deep in that dirt. Is what it meant to be a man with strength and hard work, with shit on your fists and dirt on your shirt. And now we've progressed, but what's to come of this? Historical to cynical hypocrisy. Eternal, typical corporatocracy. Society sitting there mindlessly, twisting us up into debauchery, becoming so small as we all crawl out from beneath the machinery, crushed, stuck, looking for meaningful scenery. Stuck. In our high definition TVs.
Oh, we got a lurker. Oh, we got another lurker. Who's that lurker? Oh, hold on. Oh, we got another lurker in the house.
Modern men, born and bored, born again, into screens that pretend to be more than dead ends. Go slow, feel the undertow, the chokehold around your throat as algorithm
I got a new one. I got a video I'm working on, but I don't need real footage for it. Yeah. Where the fuck did he go?
Come on down to the parade. We've got big egos and we put them on display. Come on down to the charade. We will never stop playing power games. Whoever dealt it surely felt it. We've been shelved since the secrets have been held in. God may be real, but I surely have not felt him. It is not you.
And I take pride in never using the AI ever.
Balls down in your court, so think, what do we do to keep our facade second? Only I don't fucking know, but we must find out now certainly, or we will most surely say. I don't know what God is, but it is not on this computer. You won't know I thought it ought to serve me 'cause I'm a loser. Or some might say they're truthers, but when truth comes